the whole project was wasted. Whole project wasted. It got deleted. Again. You know, I just want to jump off a bridge sometimes. I really do. I'm so frustrated with the way that things are. It doesn't make sense. Something is wrong with my truck. That light just came on. Hello, hello. That light just came on, so sorry, I'm trying to fix the comments. Tire monitoring system. Well, when I get out of the truck, give me a second. When I get out of the truck and look at it, it's fine. So I don't know what that could be. It looks fine. It doesn't tell me. That's another problem. Great question, but that's another problem. For some reason, that front left tire is not even registering. And my tire pressure is good over here because it's supposed to be 45 to 50 PSI. It says it on the side of it. Yeah, I already did that. It's got to be the sensor because it's clearly got air in it and it's not losing pressure. I thought I was getting a flat tire because I've had that happen before where I'm going down the road and all of a sudden it'll be like ding, 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 losing pressure, and I look down and it's going 40 to 30 to 20 to flat tire. Y'all, I haven't seen the beach in 2 days, it feels like. I saw it yesterday, but it feels like longer than that. So let's go to the beach. I don't even have sunglasses anymore. They got broke this morning. Of course they did. This afternoon I sat on them. Thank you. That whole video that I worked over 13 hours on is gone. I'll have to do it again. Not anytime fucking soon. It might be 2 or 3 months where I can do that again. I feel like I ran a marathon. Like in the heat, uphill both ways. With a camel attached to my back. I am stressed out beyond belief. But, you know, as long as I don't have a beer in my fucking hand, I guess it's fine. Let's see what happens. Is it going to explode and leave me on the rim? Is the whole car going to implode? God, Jesus, bring me home to Jesus' roads. Come on, man. Listen, there ain't no way I can get an appointment on the damn weekend. You got to set up an appointment here. You cannot just walk in to a auto mechanic shop and expect them to work on your shit on the busiest day of the week, which would be Saturday. That's when people are off work. That's when they have time to take their cars in. Way to go. There's that guy and his dad again walking. I see them out here almost every night walking. Good for them. I can't wait to see how much weight they lose. They've been consistent as hell, so it'll just start to shred off of them. I would say they're both over, I'd say 220, 240, both of them. You know, they're over 200 pounds, and they're probably like my height, maybe a few inches taller, 5'9", 5'11". Way to go. I guess I'm just never working out again. I got this milk and this milk so that I can stay alive, because I can't eat. The stress is killing me. The not knowing what's to come now. not knowing if they're going to come repo my shit tonight. I don't think they can tonight, but it is past due. And if it's past due, that means they sent it to a collector. And if they sent it to a collector, they're going to be looking to repossess it in the next days, if not weeks. I ain't never had this happen. I mean, I did last year, but I relinquished it last year. And then somehow managed to come up with the payment and paid it and was able to access the truck and get it back. So I had an agreement to drop it off at my abuser's house, and they were going to get the truck through him. So I had no way to get the truck to them because that would have left me in a city stranded with no means of transportation to get back to where I needed to be. People don't understand. They don't fucking get it. They got mom and daddy Brooke. They got friends to call Brooke. That ain't their fucking friend. Country road, take me home. I'm gonna come back and shower. It's just that the sun is still up, so it's still hot. It's 90 degrees. I don't want to take a shower now and be sweaty when I go to get in the bed. I thought it was going to cool off, but they changed it again. It was supposed to be in the 80s all this week. Now it looks like it's going to be in the 90s all this week. So, you know, they just don't know how to damn tell the weather, y'all. They don't. I do a better job with my wet finger than they can do with a whole Doppler radar, honey. Is that what it's called? I don't know. One of them radar machines. I'm gonna sleep so good tonight. I'm fucking exhausted. I set an alarm to get up, to plan all of this, to do all of this. It was crazy running around at 4 o'clock in the morning. I did a beautiful face of makeup. Yeah, that's been gone since like 8 a.m. because I started crying at 6. All that energy for nothing. I don't understand why things are this hard. I mean, I do now. I think I have a pretty good fucking idea. I have a pretty good idea. I mean, I'm genuinely curious as to if anyone else has released their life story with social services. I'm genuinely curious. Has anyone ever come out and talked about, you know, the 14 or 18 years they were in the state's custody, flip-flopping from foster home to group home to foster home to group home? I mean, I would love to see this story if there is one, and I'm sure maybe some people have come out and talked about their experience, but like, see the damn whole, I went through half a box of, half a damn bag of these. I just got these yesterday and they're half gone because I was filming and I was just fucking a mess. I really didn't think that it was gonna bother me that much. Like, you think that you're like over shit, but I don't think I've ever sat down and compiled everything together, put out a timeline. I don't think I've ever sat down and evaluated it the way that I did. And I think that it really bothered me in the context of looking at everything on one computer screen on a sheet of paper, realizing the severity of everything. Once you write it down and you're looking at it and you have a timeline and you're seeing each year go by with severe trauma being implemented, it's crazy. I think that it just put it in perspective how bad it really was. See the beach? It's high tide. High tide. Good time to drown. Let's go. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I mean, if you really want to go. Oh, it's a perfect place to drive off right here. Unfortunately, it's only like 3 feet deep, so I don't think we can drown there, but I know another place. I'm joking. I'm joking. What a fucking day, man. The stress. I was so determined. I was so happy. I just wanted to push this out, get this project done. I actually gave myself a time limit. I was like, okay, it's gonna be like an hour and a half long video. I got it down to like 120. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm so frustrated. Like I said, I started emailing fucking tutors off the internet trying to get some kind of assistance. I could probably ask the college if they have some kind of tutor. They probably got something on that bulletin board that has all the cards on it and shit. That air is pumping. Oh, there was a truck there. I wonder what happened to that. They must have come back for it. There was a car broke down in the park for like 2 months. And like I said, I ain't been sleeping great either. So last night, like, I barely had any fucking sleep. I slept in a whole new parking spot. It was quiet and peaceful, but the stress, man. How am I supposed to rest when I need to be making fucking money? I've got, I'm going to lose my car. Like, I don't know how people stress when they got thousands of dollars. And I mean, I don't know how people don't stress. I don't know how people sleep with credit card debt. I could fucking never. I could never. My conscience would never let me sleep. Knowing that I owe the bank money right now. The stress, man. I don't know how people do it. I don't. Oh, they got a cute little boat. Fishing all day. It's cute. Yeah, so the video's gone. I wasted all my time. All my effort. It's all gone. It's cold in here, y'all. Damn. The sun's going down. It's dropping. My temperature gauge changed. Let's see what it is. So it's dropping. Lord. What is going on? Oh, Lord, let's see how many people's in my business that shouldn't be. You're not listening. I never said that I was. Carrie, is that you? No way. Why are these pictures so little and why can't I zoom in to see people? Girl, I will die if this is this girl that I know. I wonder if that's her. Lavish. Do you know somebody named Carrie? Girl, I will die if that's you. The account was created 2 weeks ago. I'm wondering if it's this girl that I went to middle school with, y'all. Girl, if that is you, I'm so glad to see you. I think about you all the time. Wanted man, you're throwing up gang signs at me. No, if I'm wondering if it's this girl that I know, but it might not be her. It just looks like her from that tiny ass little profile picture. It's this girl that I went to middle school with. I would die if that was her. Yeah, so the whole project was completely deleted and thrown in the trash. The internet is getting as bad as people. No shit. No shit. You ain't lying. Like, I mean, I understand that it was an hour and 20-minute video, but it was over 10:30 to like 6 o'clock or 5:30. That is forever to wait. That's what, 6.5, 7. Y'all, that is crazy. What is it? Do I need to make some kind of damn internet spindle and start spending my own damn Wi-Fi or something? Because I will. But like, what is going on? That was crazy. I mean, it puts you into a state of complete panic. The anxiety that comes from this bullshit. I just want to drive it all into the damn ground. I wasted my whole day. I got nowhere. Now I got a tire problem. Broke my damn sunglasses. Like, this is just... No. Like, I don't know if I'll ever do this again. I tried. This is why I don't do this. This is why we do live. Because y'all saw what I went through. Y'all saw me hook my phone up to my computer, and my computer completely rejected the video. Never have I ever seen that before. I can take this phone in there and I can hook it up to the kiosk in CVS or Walgreens and print off pictures. I know how to do small shit like that. So when y'all said hook it up to the computer, I did. And y'all saw what happened. It wouldn't even let me download the damn video on the computer, and that's a Dell Latitude. And this is an iPhone. How am I having these problems with this stuff? Like, what is going on? You know what I mean? I got this guy in my fucking face. Dude, what are you looking at? Mind your business. Fucking weirdo. This guy just like passed by my car, staring at my car. Like, no fucking respect. Staring me down. I'm just saying that, you know, part of the reason that I used the new phone so I didn't have a problem. Like, I did it on a new iPhone. I tried to hook it up to my new Dell computer. I was on Wi-Fi. I even called. I just paid my cell phone bill yesterday. I even called and added a data package. And I'm on Wi-Fi at Starbucks. And I have cell service. And I called and added a data package. Can you imagine? Takes 6 hours to film something. You start uploading at 10:30. You go through 6.5 hours of trying to get this damn video to upload. I just feel like we're at a point in society where we should not be having these kinds of problems. But I have a feeling it's only going to get worse. Because nobody's talking about it. And I must be the only person out here going through these fucking problems. I'm the only person that struggles to get their schoolwork done. I'm the only person that struggles to upload a video to YouTube. I'm the only one. It's a me problem, of course. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. Yup. Anyone sexually harassing me will be blocked. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get no fucking censor. Fuck that. Why would I pay for a sensor when I'm about to lose my truck anyways? I'm not investing money into my car when I'm about to fucking lose it. I'll drive the wheels off of it, you know? And then they can have it back and they'll have to damn let it rot in a lot. No, I never signed into iCloud. I never signed into my iCloud. I'm not signed in. I'm signed into my Google account. No. I'm not doing that game again. I did that with the iPhone 6 and I fell for all of those traps, iTunes and iCloud and iWallet, and never again. Like, they literally overcomplicate shit to the point that they're hoping that you forget your Apple ID so that you just have to buy a new phone and start from scratch. I hate Apple. I hate them. Hate them, hate them, hate them. I'm tied in though. All of my devices are Apple. My headphones that I've had for like 3-4 years are Apple. My watch that I've had for like 5 years is Apple. So I'm tied in because of those devices. I don't, you know, I don't know how to switch everything over. It's not as easy. Can you not tell that just by me trying to upload a video that nothing is easy for me? So just, yeah, nothing is easy for me. I know it sounds easy in theory to go get a new fucking phone that's an Android and start from scratch, but it's not that easy for me. It's not. Everything I would have to switch over, like, manually, all of my passwords, everything, there's a fucking system. I need a team of people to help me. I literally need somebody to just be like, Brooke, what you got going on? Bring me all your devices. We're going to get everything on one device. Y'all, I've got like 13 emails. It's complex, okay? Like, it's complex. I wish that I had my life together, but I fucking don't, okay? So the best that I can do right now is to have all my shit on 3 different phones, 2 computers, and figure it out every day as I go along, okay? I don't have time to compile and start over. My mind can't even fathom. When I was locked out of this phone, I was panicking because I didn't have access to my YouTube account, which is my, you know, my livelihood. So I had to go get a new phone to get this shit switched over, and then I get a new phone and YouTube won't even let me sign in on this phone. For why? I'm signed in now. It took me a week to get signed in. Password was right. It had nothing to do with that. I don't freaking know. The girl at Boost Mobile helped me damn get into my Apple ID too. See, here's the problem. If they weren't so secure, and it's not that they're secure because their shit gets stolen and hacked all the damn time. If they weren't so secure, I wouldn't have half the fucking problems. It's because of the little Apple ID and all these. I mean, just to download an app, you got to put in your Apple ID. Well, I download an app once every 10 years. So I forget my Apple ID because I never need to use it. That right there will mess up everything. If you don't know that Apple ID, you're screwed. You're completely locked out of your phone and they're not going to help you access anything in it. Ask me how I know. They try. You know how, like, you go to the gas station now and you can get like a card to get gas for cheaper, and they want you to download an app and you got to put in an email and you got to create a login and then you got to have a password. When did shit become so stupid? I mean, don't get me wrong. Are they out here scamming for gas points? Is that why they out here scamming for gas points? In my opinion, it's to collect data. It's to collect personal information. It's to damn be nosy. Like, it's ridiculous. They want you to download a damn app for anything. Everything. And when they say, oh, you got to go download this app, I'm out the door. Never mind. I don't download shit, okay? I don't know how. I mean, I do. But, like, No. I've got enough shit to remember. I don't want your damn gas points, because me remembering that password to the gas points thing, I might forget my Apple ID, which is more important. I don't have the capacity for all of that. I barely have the capacity to remember my name every day. And you want me to remember damn 11 million fucking passwords for everything. My mama told me I needed to remember my name, my date of birth, the home address, and the phone number. And that's all I remember, and my social, okay? Can I tell you it? Maybe you can get me back home. Yeah, for real. Maybe you can get my ass back home. What? they can do that? Yeah, everything is overcomplicated. Just like when I went up to set up a doctor's appointment. Listen to this. They wanted me to have my first appointment, which was like $100 and something, but that appointment is only for family history. I will never see a doctor on that appointment. This is the way they do it in Florida. The whole state. You cannot even get a doctor's appointment and see a doctor the same day in the state of Florida. You have to do 2 appointments, and of course they're going to bill your insurance for both if you have insurance, if you're lucky. I was going to be paying out of pocket. It would have been $100 and something for the first appointment, and then an additional $200 or $300 and something, and then if they needed to do testing, it would be more. So you're telling me we do a whole $100 and something doctor's appointment just for you to ask me some questions and me to tell you something that you could get through a questionnaire online? First of all, I thought that the internet was created to link us all up and make things easier. Why wouldn't I just fill out paperwork online through possibly my email and get that back to you? Why are y'all literally out here scamming people, trying to bring them into a doctor's office, wasting their time, wasting their gas, taking money from them? They're not even going to see a doctor, and you're asking some questions about family history that you should be getting from a chart that's coming from my prior physician. So you don't even see a doctor till the second appointment. And after all of this is said and done, of course, after they run blood tests and urine analysis or whatever, they need to check, red blood cells, white blood cells. I mean, there's so many tests they can do. After $1,000 later, you might have a few answers and 2 appointments. Like, what? We have the most broken healthcare system in the entire world, you guys. In the entire world. The most fucked up healthcare system. The most scammy, manipulative. I mean, they're just... another thing. Remember when Candace Owens just had her baby? Like a week or 2 ago? They tried to keep her in the hospital for like 48 hours, and against doctor's orders, she left. Well, then she gets a knock on the front door from Child Protective Services, because she chose to leave the hospital. The only reason, apparently, on the rumor on the street is what they're trying to do is rack up insurance. You know how expensive it is to have a baby? It is not cheap. Triple digits, tens of thousands of dollars. Scammy ass system. People like that need to be in jail. That's why everyone comes to the UK. Yeah, but y'all got a lot of problems too. Are they doing gender affirming care in the UK? Did they do that? I need to get my bag ready for a shower, y'all. I'm so exhausted. I feel so bad. The stress. All of that. I forgot I had a burger. Oh, that lady. Oh my God. Peppa Pig. Free health insurance. Is that Papa Pig? I think it is. Oh, I think that is Papa. It's got the little hat. Like the little, he's got a mustache. He's got a little goatee. It's got an anchor on the hat. I don't know which one that is, but it's cute. Papa Pig. Well, after a day of crying, this Happy Meal made me feel better. Where's my crown? Oh, what a day. Late in May of 25. I filmed all day just so that I wanted to die. It would never download. What a day. Damn it. I got a big ass head. I got a big ass head apparently. I don't know if it's gonna fit. No, not me with the big head. Becky with the big head. Come on, man. Don't you rip my crown. Don't let my crown hit the ground. Make sure she's straight. Okay. What does he do? That's it? What the flip, man? What is this? He don't do nothing. Happy Meal's more expensive and less happier than ever, and the toy don't even do nothing. You want these stale ass fries? I don't like formaldehyde, but you can have them. Are you fond of formaldehyde? Does it tickle your fancy to eat formaldehyde? Burger Queen. I didn't get it. I get it now. Hey, Cecilia. I had to scrap the whole project. It's in the trash, but maybe I can do it next time without being sad. Crown Dad. Damn, this thing is stale. What the flip? Y'all, this don't even look appealing. I don't know about this, boss. Why it look like that? Y'all, listen, I'm gonna drown it in ketchup. Damn, I should have got you a crown. I didn't want to be greedy, you know. There was like kids in there and stuff, and they had them sitting on the tables. I don't know if I'm just being honest. Y'all know my stomach's been like, where's the pickle? If I can get a bite with the pickle, I might be able to down it. I tasted the ketchup. I got sesame seeds on my thigh. Sesame seeds on my thigh. I got a sesame seed in a headlock. I might eat it later. I'm gonna leave it right here. This is why I've been drinking liquid protein and stuff, because I'm the stress that I'm under. I cannot eat like this. Not knowing when they're gonna repossess my truck is driving me insane, and it probably will the entire weekend. And then not knowing what to do with my stuff, yeah. It sucks because you're in like survival mode, but you literally can't do anything but just wait until the dominoes fall. It sucks. It sucks, it sucks. Avocado and boiled eggs. And beef tallow. That's crazy. There is no GPS on my truck. There's not one. And I was looking into how they can find it through OnStar. They can't find it through that either. They use OnStar to locate you during an emergency, but they can't. The repossession company has no access to OnStar's capabilities. Like, they don't have access to OnStar's location process. Nor are they able to work in unison with OnStar to get that information. I'm already one step ahead of you, Batman. Robin's been over here working. So there's no GPS device on this vehicle. They never came standard on the 2017s. So I guess that's good. I guess that's good. Burger King, I couldn't eat it. You can have it. It's a cheeseburger with extra ketchup. Usually if I've been crying like half the day, I can't eat. It takes my appetite away when I've been crying. And I was crying for most of the video while I was filming. I had to stop like multiple times and restart and calm down. And like, I didn't realize it was going to be that painful of a topic for me. But clearly I have a lot of anger towards my mother. And I also have a lot of anger at the fact that I don't know who my dad is. So, maybe when I do my birthday, I'm going to take a DNA test for my birthday. Maybe when I do that for Christmas, I'll get more answers. I don't even know if the guy that's listed on my birth certificate, if he's still alive. I haven't had a Whopper in forever. I feel like I always like 1 or 2 bites of the Whopper and then I'm done with it. Like, and it tastes good for a bite or two, and then all of a sudden it's like mush. I'm just like, ugh. Oh, thank you. Hello, is that Mondo? Macho? Macho, macho man. I want to be a macho man. Oh my God, y'all, what a day. What a waste of a damn day. What a waste of a day. It sucks that I also have to film that stuff in my car. Like, I would like to be able to find somewhere, but like even the library, they have like these rooms that you can go and like be by yourself, but like it's not soundproof. So it's not like the best ideal place to go and film stuff, you know? And talk about stuff that's important. It's okay, the state already has my DNA. The state already has my DNA. They took like 3 or 4 vials when I went to prison back in 2009. They take your DNA and then they take a bunch of it. They take multiple vials of blood when you're in prison. When you come through booking. So you go from the county jail. They put you on a bus. They shackle you to the floor and they drive you to the women's prison in Raleigh, North Carolina. It's a maximum security state prison. And when you get there, they strip search you immediately. They pull you into this open room with multiple other inmates. You're all standing there naked. And the guards make you bend over, squat, cough, make sure you don't have any contraband. And then they give you an outfit. They take your fingerprints. They create a file on you. They give you an opus number. Then they take you down to the infirmary. You see a nurse. They ask you all these medical questions, ask you if you're going to be coming off of drugs, because if you're going to be coming off of drugs, then they're going to have to put you in a medical unit for however long it takes to detox. And then they draw your blood. They have a nurse comes in and they take 3 to 5 vials, huge vials. They're like the big ones. And they take 3 to 5 of those and freaking put them in a box with your number, your opus number, your name, and all of that. It's a white box. And they send it off to be stored somewhere. So they do that when you come in if you're a felon. If you're not a felon, then they don't do that. They put you in a different color clothes too. But yeah, they've had my DNA for a long time. It doesn't bother me though, because it's not like I'm a criminal or anything, so I don't do anything wrong for them to need it, you know. It is kind of scary to think that they could use my blood to set me up for some shit. I mean, who was that one guy that claims they set him up and he had just got out of jail for like rape? It was a wrongful conviction. And then, damn, what was that man's name? He was wrongfully convicted of rape for like 16 years. He got out of prison and he was suing the sheriff's department, and a young reporter goes missing. They find her dead. They find her car on his property, and apparently his blood was in her car. They also found the car key to her car in his bedroom, but it was like 2 weeks after the original search, which was weird. What was his damn name? Avery. What was his name? Avery. He claims that the cops used his blood from the first. Steven Avery. Steven Avery. Yes, it was Steven Avery. Steven Avery. Steven Avery. Yeah, he claims that the cops used his blood, and apparently, allegedly, his lawyer went and found the original vial of blood that the state had taken during his wrongful conviction, because he was charged with rape. That he obviously he was innocent of that, but they had taken his blood. And then years later, when he was found innocent and was suing the sheriff's department, his lawyer went down to where they kept the blood samples for all of the inmates or whatever, and the vial allegedly had a pinprick in it from where somebody had took blood out of Steven Avery's blood kit that the state was supposed to keep, you know, on file. Allegedly. Did you see that? There's a documentary somewhere that was really great. I don't remember. It was on Netflix. Have you learned about that case, Cecilia? Have you happened to seen the documentary? It was on Netflix. It was pretty good. They allege that the whole city set him up because he was about to win millions of dollars in a lawsuit. I kind of believe it. Some of the officers that were on the case were crooked as hell. They did not follow policy and procedure either. Like, it's a crazy case. And there's a documentary, I do believe, that was on Netflix, which was really good. Oh my God, there's a huge split in. That was really, really good. So his defense attorney alleged that the sheriff's department killed this girl and planted all of the evidence to frame him so that he couldn't continue his lawsuit against the sheriff's department for the wrongful conviction like 16 years prior. It's a crazy case. Crazy. What was the Steven Avery documentary on Netflix? I got stickers. Making a Murderer. I don't know if half of it's true. Hell, he might have actually killed the woman. I don't know. But he did. How much was the lawsuit for? I think it was like $30-something million, wasn't it? How much was Steven Avery suing the sheriff for? $36 million lawsuit against the county. And then this reporter goes missing. So he has an active lawsuit pending and murders this girl. Who would do that? That's the hardest part for me to believe, is that he had this $36 million pending lawsuit for a wrongful conviction from 16 years prior. And he decides to kill this girl all of a sudden. That's the strangest part to me. I don't know if I believe it. And like I said, his attorney says that there was blood taken out of the blood sample collection kit, like their storage. They said that there was a pinprick in the vial of blood that was supposed to be kept there on storage to run through CODIS and stuff. So I don't know. It's a crazy case, y'all. Crazy case. I do. This is my job. Thank you for supporting my channel. Yeah. Making a Murderer is it. And it's really good. Extremely good. Let me try to eat a fritter. Cheers. I don't know, Cecilia. It's weird. I don't know if it was planted. That's what they're alleging. The defense. And from my understanding, from what I remember, there was a huge conflict of interest. So Steven Avery was arrested, I do believe, in the 80s for a vicious R-word charge. They said that he R-worded this woman. It was a wrongful conviction. He was in prison for, I think, like 16 years or something. Somehow that conviction was overturned and he was released. They discovered that he was actually innocent, at which time he took out a $36 million lawsuit against the sheriff's department in the county. While this lawsuit was pending, this news reporter goes missing. They found her body, if I'm not mistaken. I remember it's all coming back. It's all coming back to me now. He had a nephew that was borderline, like, mentally challenged. This boy was a little bit off, and it was alleged that the nephew said that him and Steven killed this woman, assaulted her, and burned her body in a fire pit. And they did find, let me just remember. I feel like they found her body, pieces of her body, in a fire pit outside of the farm. The Steven Avery murder case. In 2005, while the case was pending, Avery was arrested for the brutal murder of photographer Teresa Helbach after her car and charred bone fragments were found in the salvage yard owned by the Avery's family. Avery was convicted in 2007 and sentenced to life imprisonment without the chance of parole. It is a great, yes, Moggy. Damn it, Miggy. Hello. It is a great show. It's called Making a Murderer. So he's from, how do you say that? I saw somebody type it. Manitowoc County. That's my best shot. I'll take Manitowoc County, Alex, for 200. Wisconsin. Okay, so let me read you this from Wiki. Steven Avery is an American from, I just did so good and I can't say it now, Wisconsin, who was convicted of a murder in 2007. He had previously been wrongfully convicted in 1985 of sexual assault and attempted murder. After serving 18 years of the 32-year sentence, Avery was exonerated by DNA testing. So there's no doubt that the sheriff's department set him the hell up, which was why he had a $36 million pending lawsuit against them, because he served 18 years and DNS proved that he didn't do this crime. So he was wrongfully incarcerated. Avery was exonerated by DNA testing and released in 2003, only to be charged with murder in a different case 2 years later. Now, let's think about this rationally. What are the chances? He got out in 2003, and by 2005, he was charged with murder of Teresa Helbach. I think that's how you say it. And what are the chances a man that has a $36 million lawsuit pending, what are the chances he would fuck that up by murdering somebody? I just don't see it. I don't see it. And here's the thing. They framed him for sexual assault and attempted murder 18 years prior. And guess what? Some of the same people that worked on his case back then was working on the Teresa Helbach case too. That they had a huge conflict of interest in court, and all of this is in Making a Murderer. You can go watch it on Netflix. Netflix sponsor me. It's wild to see the dynamic in the sheriff's department when it came to this case, because you can tell that these officers are corrupt and slippery. I don't know if they framed him for Teresa's murder, but it is very suspicious. Very, very suspicious. I said, you want to buy it? Nantucket? Just gotta see. I don't think that's right, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to. What did I know? Oh, Lord. I know. It's everywhere. Give me 1 second. I need to eat. I had a craving for nothing. Want some milk? Sometimes, usually around my period like now, right, when I'm pre-mensing, I want sweets. I'm not the only one. Girls like chocolates. Hello, Tracy. A lot of women like sweets, right, when like they're mensing. And I've always loved sweets. Y'all know that cake is my favorite thing ever, but I never eat it that much. With me being so stressed out about my truck payment and stuff, I'm just eating eating whatever I can whenever I can. You know, if I finally can get something down, then I'm just going to try to eat as much as I can, because I'm so stressed I can't eat. And most people have a problem eating too much when they're stressed. They stress eat. I have the opposite problem. I become Like, what, anorexic. I cannot eat. My body will not let me eat. I'm glad that I ate that. Y'all see that 2 or 3 of them fritters are gone, right? They're good. They're really good. You too, Gareth. So he was released from prison in 2003, and then by 2005 he was in handcuffs and being charged with Teresa Halbach's murder. She was a reporter. So the story on that is the story that the prosecution has said is that Steven contacted this news reporter because he wanted to take out an article for, back in the day, if you wanted to sell a car, you would call some car magazine. They'd come out to your home, they'd take pictures of your car, and then they'd print it in like a yellow pages book of a car auto book, right? So Steven had contacted Teresa to come do that. He had a car that he was going to sell. He wanted her to come out and take pictures of the car for this magazine, for this ad. Well, Teresa goes missing. That's all I remember. Let's see. Following his release from his wrongful incarceration for rape and attempted murder of a different woman that he did not assault, following his release in 2003, he filed a $36 million lawsuit against Manitowoc County and its former sheriff and its former district attorney for wrongful conviction and imprisonment. And he was in there for 18 years for a crime he did not commit, that DNA proved 18 years later that he didn't do. In November of 2005, with his civil suit still pending, he was arrested for the murder of Wisconsin photographer Teresa Halbach. And in 2007, he was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. The conviction was upheld by the higher courts. He was looking at $36 million in profit. And then he kills this woman and gets life in prison. It's so far-fetched. I just think that anybody that had a pending lawsuit like that, I don't think that they would pick that time to murder anyone. I don't. And he was, if he did do it, he was so messy. So messy. There's so many layers to this case too. What is going on? Auto Trader. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, the free books at Piggly Wiggly. Absolutely right. That's right, Kristen. I just don't see him doing that. But anyways, the Netflix documentary, Making a Murderer. So it looks like his nephew, who was Brendan Dassey, he was also convicted of this crime. The prosecution said that Brendan, Steven's nephew, and Brendan got together. They kidnapped Teresa. They abused her, tortured her, and then put her in a fire pit to be burned. This is the prosecution's case. And a jury believed it because they convicted him. I just don't know if I believe it, man. I don't know if I believe it. Avery's 2007 murder trial and its associated issues are the focus of the 2015 Netflix original documentary series Making a Murderer, which also covered the arrest and 2000 conviction of Avery's nephew, Brendan Dassey. In August of 2016, a federal judge overturned Dassey's conviction on the ground that his confession had been coerced. All of this is in the documentary, and it's crazy to see. This boy, like I said, is borderline mentally challenged and should be treated as a special suspect given the circumstances of his mental capacity. And they absolutely coerced this boy into admitting shit that he shouldn't have admitted, because in my opinion it never fucking happened. That's the hardest part of the story for me, is to believe that this boy, who is clearly not all there, it's hard for me to believe that he did this homicide with his uncle. It just doesn't, if it doesn't make sense, it's not true. And it's just so far-fetched. It's more likely that the state actually set him up. Why? Because they already had once. He did 18 years on a charge, on a attempted murder charge. They've already done it once. So why wouldn't they do it again pending a $36 million lawsuit? Now, I don't know if he's guilty. I'm just saying, It's more probable to me that this was a setup. The more I read this, the more that's coming back to me. In June of 2017, Wisconsin prosecutors appealed this decision. 8 months later, an en banc panel of 7 judges in the United States Courts of Appeal for the 7th Circuit ruled in favor of upholding the original conviction by a vote of 4-3, ruling that police had properly obtained Dassey's confession. Y'all have to see it for yourself in the Making the Murder, because that is unacceptable. On February 20th of 2018, Dassey's legal team, including former United States Solicitor General Seth Waxman, filed a petition for a writ of certiorari, to the U.S. Supreme Court, and the certiorari was denied. I don't know what that's called. So Steven did have a criminal record. In March of 1981, at 18 years old, Avery was convicted of burglarizing a bar with a friend. After serving 10 months of a 2-year sentence in the Manitowoc jail, he was released on probation in order to pay restitution. In 1982, 2 men admitted that Avery's suggestion they threw his cat in a bonfire and then watched it burn till it died. After Avery had poured gas and oil on it, Avery was found guilty of animal cruelty, and was jailed up until August of 1983. I was young and I was stupid and hanging out with the wrong people, Avery said later of his first 2 incarcerations. I don't know, man. Like, I've done some fucked up shit. I think torturing animals, though, is like a little different. I don't know. That's crazy. That's concerning for sure. In January of 1985, Avery ran his cousin's car off the side of the road. After she pulled over, Avery pointed a gun at her. He was upset and alleged that she had been telling people he had been masturbating on the front lawn, which he stated was not true. Avery maintained that his gun was not loaded and that he was trying to stop her from spreading what he alleges are false rumors about him by threatening to kill her. He said he was not actually prepared to commit murder. He was sentenced to 6 years for endangering the safety while enticing a depraved mind and possessing a firearm. It sounds like he was all, maybe he did do it. I didn't know all this. This is not released in the documentary. They don't tell you none of this. This is why doing your own research is important. Maybe he did do it. Torturing animals, threatening women. I mean, it fits the MO. It shows a complete, total lack of respect for women and disregard for life of animals and humans. In July of 1985, a woman was brutally attacked and sexually assaulted while jogging on a Lake Michigan bench. Avery was arrested after the victim, Penny Bernstein, picked him up from a photo lineup and later from a live lineup. Although Avery was 40 miles away in Green Bay shortly after the attack, an alibi supported by a timeline, stamp store receipt, and 16 eyewitnesses, he was charged in 16 eyewitnesses, Jesus Christ, and he was innocent. This is the charge, he was innocent. 16 eyewitnesses, and it wasn't even him. DNA exonerated him 18 years later. This is the one crime he was innocent of. 16 eyewitnesses. He was charged and ultimately convicted of rape and attempted murder, then sentenced to 32 years in prison. Appeals in 1987 and 96 were denied by higher courts. He was innocent. Northern Ireland, hello. 16 eyewitnesses and he was innocent. Around 1995, a Brown County police detective contacted the Manitowoc County Jail saying an inmate had admitted committing an assault years ago in the county and someone else was in jail for it. The jail officer transferred the call to the County Detective Bureau. Deputies recalled Sheriff Thomas Kocourek, telling them, "We already have the right guy, don't concern yourself with it." So at some point in 95, an inmate admits to doing a horrible sex crime against a victim who they thought Steven Avery had raped. Do you get it? And the jail contacted the sheriff to let them know, like, hey, your inmate in custody is not guilty of that crime. We've got the guy over here. And the sheriff says, don't concern yourself with this. Mind your damn business. We've got the right guy. Well, it wasn't the right guy because DNA evidence would exonerate Avery of that rape and attempted murder in 2003. So it's crazy. Avery continued to maintain his innocence in the Bernstein case in 2002 after serving 18 years in the jail or prison. The Wisconsin Innocence Project used DNA testing not available at the time of Avery's original trial to exonerate him to demonstrate that a different suspect, Gregory Allen, had in fact committed the crime. Allen, who bore a striking physical resemblance to Avery, had committed an assault in 1983 at the same beach where Bernstein was later attacked in 1985, and was under police surveillance during the period of Bernstein's assault due to his history of criminal behavior against women. However, Allen was never a suspect in the Bernstein case, and he was not included in the photo or live lineup presented to Bernstein. 16 eyewitnesses, and it wasn't even him, but they said that they resembled each other. That's why. Ain't that scary? I think that's the scariest part. There was 16 eyewitnesses that convicted Avery, and he was actually innocent. It was not him that they saw. It was a whole different person. That's the most concerning part. And we've read before about how eyewitness statements, most of them are wrong. I think it's over 70%. It was over 70% of eyewitness testimony that convicts people is actually wrong. And you know, people can get sentenced to death based off of an eyewitness testimony that's not even true. That is scary and wrong. Let's see. Avery's wrongful conviction case attracted widespread attention. Republican Mark Gundrum, the Republican chairman of the Wisconsin Assembly Judiciary Committee, impaneled a bipartisan task force to recommend improvement to the state's criminal justice system amid a decrease in the likelihood of future wrong convictions. Recommendations included revamped eyewitness identification protocol, 16 eyewitnesses, and new guidelines for interrogations of suspects and witnesses, the collection and storage of material evidence, because they never store evidence like they're supposed to. The recommendations were ultimately drafted into legislation that became known as the Avery Bill, which was passed and signed in October of 2005. It then renamed the Criminal Justice Reform Bill a month later after Avery was charged in the Helbach case. After Avery filed a civil suit against the Manitowoc County, its former sheriff Thomas and its former district attorney Dennis Vogel, seeking to recover $36 million in damages stemming from his wrongful conviction. The suit was settled in February of 2006 for a little less than $500,000 following the murder indictment. So he had a $36 million lawsuit that he absolutely would have got at least a few million for if he was free. But at this point, he had been arrested for Teresa Helbach's murder, and so he got $400,000. So Teresa Helbach disappeared on October 30th of 2005. Her last appointment was a meeting with Steven Avery at his home near the grounds of Avery's Auto Salvage. Backstory: Avery's father owned a salvage yard with all of these old cars out there, and it looks like an old junkyard where you can come and buy scrap parts. Steven Avery's father had that place. He passed away and gave it to Steven, and he still ran the business. He had cars that he was trying to sell through the autotrader.com, and he needed Teresa to come and photograph his sister's minivan that he was offering to sell. Helbach's vehicle was found partially concealed in the salvage yard on Steven Avery's property, and bloodstains recovered from its interior matched Steven Avery. Here's the problem, though. When he was wrongfully convicted back in 1985 for this rape and attempted murder charge, they took multiple vials of his blood and the state put it on file. They had it in an office somewhere in a cooler. And Steven Avery's defense attorney is claiming that the state stole that blood and planted it in Teresa's car because they didn't want him winning this lawsuit. They were trying to pin him on something because they didn't want him to win this $36 million in money. I don't know, reading his past criminal history with the animals and stuff, now I'm like, oh God, maybe he did do it. See, listen to this. Avery's attorneys also discovered that an evidence box containing a vial of Avery's blood collected in 1996 during his appeal efforts in the Bernstein case had been unsealed and contained what they believed to be a new puncture hole visible in the stopper. They speculated the blood found in Halbach's car could have been drawn from the stored vial and planted in the car to incriminate Avery. I don't know. I don't know. As of May 2006, Avery was the only one of the Innocence Project's 174 exonerees to have been charged with a violent crime after release. In March of 2006, Avery's nephew, Brendan Dassey, was charged as an accessory after he confessed under interrogation to have helped Avery kill Halbach and dispose of the body. He later recanted his confession, claiming that he had been coerced and refused to testify to his involvement at the Avery trial. He testified at his own trial, and he never mentioned coercion. Dassey was convicted of murder, rape, and mutilation of a corpse in a separate trial. They both are in prison now. And you know where he's at? Steven Avery is in a minimum security prison. That is crazy. But he's this horrible murderer. In 2022, Avery was transferred to Fox Lake Correctional Institution, a medium security prison. Y'all, it don't make sense. It's a weird case. If you haven't seen Making a Murderer, you should check it out because it's very interesting. It'll make you think. And I'm here to tell you that what evidence they don't have, if they need some, they'll create it. Yep. There's officers that get busted falsifying police reports, creating evidence, planting evidence every day and go to jail for it. It's a very common thing. Evil is evil. Does he? I wonder if he's like making Italian subs, or he ain't got that sweet teriyaki chicken glaze. Not in the prison, honey. He can't make that sweet teriyaki chicken glaze in there. Oh, Jared. Is he still in prison for real? No way. What a Subway creep. I wouldn't know. I go to Burger King because stay away. Stay away from the damn Subway pedophiles. Is Jared from Subway still in jail? Y'all are making me feel better. Thank you. I've been depressed all day. Oh, he's still in there. What did he do exactly? Was it just pictures? Or, I mean, and it doesn't matter because he should still stay in jail for the rest of his life. He's a pervert. We can't fix that. So, but was it just pictures or was he actually messing with children? I mean, it's the same to me. But I'm just genuine. I'm just wondering. It says crimes, honey. Child crimes. So it sounds like he was extremely dangerous. Extremely dangerous. It looks like he got a 15-year sentence. God. I mean, he does look kind of creepy. That smile. He was convicted of what? Child sex tourism. It's tourism for the purpose of engaging in the... I didn't even know that was a thing, honey. Lord have mercy. The shit I don't want to know that I stumble upon. These fucking weirdos. Yeah, why did we not give him the death penalty? I'm sorry. Listen, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. It does not make sense to keep these people around. We cannot fix this. We can't fix it. It's the only thing we can't fix. We can turn hardened criminals into damn fluffy, productive members of society. We can heal children's trauma till the cows come home. We can give medication for depression. We can help women with bipolar disorder. We got the answers when it comes to stuff. Unfortunately, the only thing we can't fix is a pedophile being a pedophile. Non-reformable. There's nothing we can do psychologically that no amount of therapy or medication will ever help them not be perverts. So I say, let's line them up. Death by firing squad, one at a time. Say your prayers. Any last words? Stop wasting money housing people that just get back out and reoffend more children. I like my crown. I like my suitcase. Yeah, he got 15 years in November of 2015. I'm starting to feel a lot better. Well, I skipped eating because I was trying to upload that video. I got started at 4 this morning, got my face on, got out here. I knew I had that test this morning, so I was getting stuff done. I didn't eat. I drank some protein, figured that would hold me over. By 2 o'clock, I'm sitting at a different Starbucks, the second one. The video still won't upload. At that point, I'm so upset I can't eat. Things come so quick and I'm trying to get so much done that I just don't slow down to eat. And then that makes my mental health problems worse. And then I'm already stressed out. And it just makes things worse when you're not eating and you're struggling emotionally, mentally, spiritually, fucking physically at that point. Like you're having a system breakdown and you're not eating. I think eating is one of the hardest things for me. Like it really affects my mental health significantly. I just hope that it's not diabetes. I hope that it's just mental health based. And I just, there'll come a time where I'm financially stable and I'll then be mentally stable because I have constant food and I got enough money to pay my bills. So I'm not having these weeks where I'm having meltdowns because I'm stressed about how I'm going to pay my bills. I feel like if I had some financial stability that these problems wouldn't be as bad because I would be eating on a regular basis. My bills would be taken care of and I wouldn't be combining stress on top of stress on my shoulders. Do you get what I'm saying? Because when I had the past 3 months of a little bit of financial security, these problems weren't as bad. But now that I'm back in the same situation, it's like making me depressed. It's making me extremely depressed. It's like all I want to do is work. All I want to do is find a job and work. Like, it's so frustrating to have all of this initiative, all of this ethic, and not be able to put it to use. Like I have so much drive inside of me and I don't get to put it to use, and it's so frustrating. And I often wonder if I'm like swimming against the current. Should I just give up and not give a fuck and see if things get easier? Maybe if I just drop everything and stop caring and stop trying. Am I trying so hard that I'm getting the reverse effect because I'm trying so fucking hard? I often wonder, like, do I need to just drop everything and maybe not try, and maybe the opposite will take place? Because right now I am working my ass off so much that I can't breathe. And the stress is just fucking compounding between school, the bills being due, not making money from YouTube, and then not being able to produce the content that I want, or producing it and then not being able to upload it. It's an overload, man. It's an overload. I'm glad I ate that donut. Those little bit of carbs will keep me alive. It'll make me feel better in the morning. I'm sure I might be able to take a bite of that burger. I might go down to the store and throw it in the microwave and see if it helps. There's a microwave down there, I do believe. I don't understand why I have these technology problems. And then I take it personal. And then, I mean, I truly believe it's Satan. I really do. I know that sounds crazy because a lot of y'all are non-believers, but to my believers, I swear to God, it's got to be Satan. It's like they don't want me to talk about everything that happened. I'm sure they didn't expect me to remember. That was the goal, to give me enough medication that I completely forgot my entire childhood. And there is absolutely gaps, but it is my belief that they were trying to make me forget everything so that I couldn't recount it. And when you're moving every 6 months to a damn year, they don't want you to remember that shit. It looks bad on them when you're a fucking adult and you're like, yeah, I went to 12, 15 different fucking foster homes in less than 12 years, homie. It looks really bad on them. And what did we learn the other day? A foster child who's been to 4 or more homes, it has a 90% chance of ending up in the Department of Corrections. 90% chance. It's crazy. I also learned today that children that grow up in foster home, 38 to 40% of those children are diagnosed with reactive attachment disorder. 38 to 40% of foster care kids are incapable of connecting and bonding with caregivers and other people in their lives, and it affects them into adulthood. Dysfunctional relationships, toxic relationships, domestic violence relationships, drug relationships, relationship with the Department of Corrections. It's just sad. You know, we have this false sense of like what the foster care is and all these children being helped, and that is not what they do. That is not what they do. That is not what they do. So of course people don't want me to talk about it. It goes against the grains of society to say that the foster care system is a sack of shit that damages people even further instead of assisting and helping them. But that's the truth. It's just crazy. I wasted the entire day trying to get that video. I mean, I did take my test, and I don't know when. Like I said, probably like the middle of next week I'll get my test results. If I just score like above a 90, I'll be happy. On my pretest, I was scoring 96 to 100, so I should have it. She said, you only have to take the pretest once. I said, yeah, I know. I like to see if I can get a better score. Like, I think I took it like 50 times. Damn these damn. Y'all, I got split ends. This is what I do when I see them. I'm trying to let my hair grow out. You need a haircut? It looks good. I don't even see one on there. Oh, there's one. The big one. Oh man, where'd that go? Well, I guess what I'll do is wake up in the morning, try to get me coffee like I did this morning, go to a quiet place to film and start over. I just really think that I need to take a break, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'll do it anyways, because it needs to be done and it needs to be said. Hey Manuel, how are you doing? Test for school. You want some ice cream? What about a butterfly? y'all believe I was fired? Shit just gets better and better, doesn't it? Nobody listens. I think I've already said that it's going to be extremely hard for me to find a job, but nobody listens. And then I think I even said, once I did find a job, that I'll get fired for some bullshit that's not even my fault. Been there, done that. And that's exactly what happened. Ain't that crazy? Crazy. It's the way it's always been, though. People always try to come after me. Usually because they're not happy with themselves. I become the object of their obsession because I refuse to meddle in evil with them. So many times I've met people and they want to like chill and be friends, and I don't want friends. I don't need friends, okay? Every friend I ever had stole my fucking car and crashed it, or wrote a statement on me and sent me to prison for 5 years, or stole all my money and my land. Or why would I want to involve myself with more humans when most all the humans that I've had contact with have tried to literally kill me and suffocate my life, you know? Like, it's crazy. I ain't never did no shit to people like that. I never will. I'm nothing like the people I've had to endure. Yeah, no, I don't need none of that shit. But people will come into your life trying to be friends with you, and when you shut that shit down and you're not interested, and you try to be cordial and, you know, hey when you see them and bye when you leave them, they get mad about that. You ever had somebody that wanted something more from you than you were able to give, like a friendship or a relationship, or maybe a girl got mad because you didn't want to date her and then she turns vindictive? Tries to destroy your life, make false accusations against you. People are evil, man. Absolutely evil. As I always say, when people can't get what they want from you, they'll turn vindictive and come after your fucking throat. So many times I've started a job and people's like, oh, you want to do this and that, and then they get mad when you don't want to build friendships in the workplace, because you shouldn't be doing that any fucking ways. Those are your co-workers, not your friends. And then they get mad and want to come after you and try to destroy your life and cause problems and be passive aggressive. Or it's just exhausting living out here in this bullshit. Surely it's not like this in every branch of work, but I'm starting to think it is. And I think it gets worse the higher paying job you get. The corruption, the childishness, the immaturity. Like, I thought when I grew up that everybody was going to act like adults, but they don't. Me too. God is the only person I trust. Boundaries. Yeah, and people don't know what those are either anymore. Boundaries, what's those? Is that a suggestion? Like, that's another thing, man. People don't respect boundaries at all. And you gotta have those. Boundaries are your, walls of protection. Boundaries are imperative. Anybody that doesn't respect your boundaries, they don't respect you, and they probably have ulterior motives in mind, because that's why they're crossing your boundaries to start with. You know? Nobody knows what boundaries are anymore. It's sad. That's another sad thing. I agree, Craftsman. It is. It's true. Credit cards and jobs. And yeah, we're just going further in debt with credit cards. I saw some news report last night. It said that most Americans don't even have $500 in savings right now. Last year it was $1,000. They didn't have $1,000 per household in savings. Now it's $500. It's getting worse. Like, I know Trump is doing a good job, and I have so much faith in him, and I know eventually things will get better. But once again, it might come to a head and get completely worse before it gets better, because people are literally financing their entire life on credit cards. The debt is it's going up. We're just racking up more debt as the days pass on. And people, things are getting more expensive. I don't know. People are gonna keep financing their life on credit cards. They'll continue to do that. My eyes on the edges are raw from where I was crying earlier filming the video, and I was wiping my eyes, and like now the very edge of my eyes, like where you would do a wing, is completely raw. So I might have scabs on there tomorrow. That's what it feels like. And also parts of my eyelashes from rubbing my eyes. Where I had mascara on, it kept getting in my eyes, the particles, and my eyes are like so itchy and like they hurt. I ain't taking no damn survey. You can kiss my... Oh, this is at Tutor. Girl, I'm not even in North Carolina. I was looking for a damn Jacksonville Tutor. God. Oh, it's so rough. I haven't been taking sleeping meds to go to bed. I've been trying to get my body back used to sleeping without meds, and I barely slept last night because an animal was bouncing off my car. And also the stress. Did y'all see where they did that big bust in Florida here today? Florida pedophile bust. I could have swore, y'all. Y'all, they got like 20 of them, and I can't even find the article on it. How does this happen? So it's through the Polk County Sheriff's Office, conducted from May 2nd through the 10th of 2025. They did an investigation. The suspects communicated and solicited who they thought were children or guardians of children online. 9 suspects showed up to an undercover location in Polk County at separate times to sexually batter children. Detectives went to the local suspects' houses during the operation and arrested him, and obtained an arrest warrant for another registered sex offender suspect from Tampa who committed crimes against who he thought was a child online. The Tampa Police Department took him into custody as well. Detectives filed 50 felony charges against 11 suspects. And there's a news article on this. Sheriff Grady was talking about it, and it looked like a lot more people than that in the mug shots. I'm wondering if this is the same case, but I could have swore what happened today, but I might be wrong. So this 46-year-old pervert, Nicholas Capehart, who was born in 1979 of Riverview, Florida, Nicholas sent social media messages to an undercover detective who was posing as a 14-year-old girl. He told the girl he was looking for sex for a friend. That sounds like that pervert that hunted me down off the internet. Remember, he said he didn't follow me, but his friend followed me. Remember that? Whew. He told the girl he was looking for sex for a friend. He asked her if she was home alone, and he said that he wanted to come teach her sex, and told her that he was falling for her and wanted to make her his permanent girlfriend. He told detectives that he was married, currently a salesman, and previously served 10 years in the Marines. What a creep. He was booked into the Polk County Jail and charged with traveling to meet a minor, which is an F2 felony, use of two-way communication devices to commit a felony, F3, use of a computer to seduce a child, an F3, attempted lewd lascivious battery of a minor, F3, and resisting arrest, which is a first-degree misdemeanor. 59-year-old Gregory Lude Cooper, date of birth 9/2/1965, of Wesley Chapel, Florida. Cooper sent social media messages to an undercover detective posing as a 14-year-old boy. Cooper's online dating profile says that he is, quote, a daddy looking for a young boy. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I'm fucking uncomfortable. He sent explicit sexual messages describing what he wanted to do with the boy, and he said he would be patient. I ain't gonna be patient if I ever run across you, homie. He brought an orange soda and gummy snacks to the undercover location. Cooper was booked into the Polk County Jail and charged with attempted lewd lascivious conduct by a person over 18, an F2 felony. It says over 18. Traveling to meet a minor, F2 felony. Use of a two-way communication device to commit a felony, F3, and use of a computer to seduce a child, F2 felony. Can y'all believe these? Me too, Kristen. Cecilia, ain't it wild? This shit happens more than people want to admit. These things are, I bet that there is thousands of active, probably hundreds of thousands. Who am I joking? There's probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of pedophiles out here, you guys. This shit, it goes on every day all over this country. It's disturbing, and this is why I tell people that I don't believe children should have phones. 50-year-old Eric Corliss, date of birth 6/3/1974. Y'all see this dumb shit? 50-year-old Eric Corliss, date of birth 6/3/1974, of Lakeland, Florida. Eric sent social media messages to an undercover detective posing as a family member who was selling the sexual services of a 15-year-old female, human trafficking. At the same time, Eric was soliciting undercover detectives who were posing as online prostitutes. He asked the detectives, quote, "Are you with law enforcement?" And then he asked for the address of where the girl would be offered to him in exchange for money. While Eric told detectives he was en route, he diverted to another undisclosed location to meet with who he thought was a prostitute and was taken into custody during that part of the investigation. He told detectives that he is a regional executive at Red Cross and he is married. This is crazy. Eric was booked into the Polk County Jail and charged with use of a computer to solicit a parent or guardian, an F3 felony, use of a two-way communication device, an F3 felony, solicitation of prostitution, a misdemeanor, and he was charged with 3 counts of solicitation. 26-year-old Vernon Cunningham, date of birth 5/24/1998, of Orlando. 98? He's a damn baby. 98. How many years apart are we? If I was born in 87, so I'm 11 years older than him, so he's in his 20s. So Vernon sent social media messages to an undercover detective posing as a family member who was selling the sexual services of a 15-year-old female, human trafficking. Once again, he repeatedly asked for photos of the girl, asking, "You're not the law, right?" He took an Uber to the undisclosed location where he was taken into custody. He brought cookies. He told detectives that he's from the Bahamas. Detectives confirmed that he was in the country illegally. As such, the charges are enhanced and ICE was notified. He was charged with human trafficking, a felony, traveling to meet a minor, an F1 felony, use of a two-way communication device. It looks like 2 counts of felony charges on that. Use of a computer to solicit a parent or guardian, 2 counts, 2 felonies of that. All these weirdos are bringing like gummy bears and cookies and If I can take one item, I'll take a damn Colt 45. 54-year-old Arthur D. Dennard, date of birth 8/15/1970, a registered sex offender from Tampa, Florida. Arthur sent social media messages to an undercover detective who was posing as a 15-year-old girl. Among his very sexually charged messages, he told her he was going to, quote, make love to her, and then he was going to put a baby in her. Jesus help me. Detectives positively identified the suspect and checked his criminal history, which revealed he is a 6-time convicted felon in Florida and has been to the state prison twice. His prior arrests are 2007 Tampa PD arrest, unlawful sexual activity with a minor. He served 6 years in prison for that. 2008 HCSO arrest, failure to comply with the sex offender registry laws. 2013 HCSO arrest, failure to comply with sex offender registration laws. So he's not registering as a sex offender. When these creeps get out of jail, they have to go through the Department of Corrections to register, and they put their address there. They have to do a home check, and they got to make sure that pedophile, that they have his whereabouts at all time in a system. A lot of these creeps fail to comply with this, and he was hit with 3 different charges for failing to comply. One in 2013, one in 2014, and another one in 2008. Detectives obtained a warrant for his arrest, and he was taken into custody by the Tampa PD on May 12th of 25. He is charged with additional new charges: use of a two-way communication device to commit a felony, 3 counts of that, and also 3 counts of using a computer to seduce a child. Listen, hear me out. Hear me out. If we would have executed him in 2007, we wouldn't even be having this discussion right now. And he also wouldn't be out here on the internet trying to reharm people. And, you know, like, we should have took care of him in 2007. 37-year-old Sean Russell Hamill, date of birth 8/28 of 87. He's my age, 37. He's from Winter Haven, Florida. Hamill sent social media messages to an undercover detective posing as a 14-year-old girl. He sent her very explicit sexual messages and several photos of his private parts. He repeatedly referred to himself as daddy. These people got so many mental problems, and it shows. Detectives responded to his home in Winter Haven and took him into custody without incident. He's charged with transmission of material harmful to minors, 3 counts. 3 F felonies. It's an F3 felony, 8 counts of an F3 felony. Use of a two-way communication device, and use of a computer to seduce a child. Joseph Lee Jones, date of birth 4/24/68 of Dover, Florida. Jones sent social media messages to an undercover detective posing as a family member who was selling the sexual services of a 15-year-old girl. Once again, human trafficking. He stopped to get cash on the way to the undercover location and bought condoms. He told detectives he is unemployed and receives $1,600 a month in disability benefits, and he's out here being a creep. They charged him with human trafficking, traveling to meet a minor, use of a two-way communication device to commit a felony, use of a computer to solicit a parent or a guardian. Anyone caught lying will be blocked. 43-year-old Matthew, I've never harmed a child. So if I need to say that again, I'll say it till the cows come home. 43-year-old Matthew Klein, date of birth 10/11/1981 of Lakeland, Florida. Klein sent social media messages to 2 different undercover detectives on 2 different dating apps who were both posing as 14-year-old boys. He told the boys he was 40 years old and described in detail the sex acts he wanted to perform with them. He told detectives that he has met up with young males under the age of 18 in the past. And now this is part of an ongoing new investigation. He also told detectives that he is HIV positive. What a nasty SOB. So he was charged with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 felonies. I think we need to find like 12 more. 35-year-old Aston Williams Mack, date of birth 10/6/1989, of Deltona? It's not Daytona, it's Deltona, Florida. Mack sent social media messages to an undercover detective posing as a family member who was selling the sexual services of a 15-year-old girl. Once again, human trafficking. He repeatedly asked for photos of the girl and was worried that this was a law enforcement operation. He was charged with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 felonies and 1 misdemeanor. The government has your best interest. Yeah. Always. Y'all, I think I might have a patch of eczema on my thigh. I've never had it before, but I'm pretty sure it's eczema. They say that you can, dermatitis. I looked it up. It's, it can come from like laundry detergent. And remember when I spilled that Fabuloso here in the seat? Well, my leg touched it. My leg's been here. And all of a sudden, I have like dermatitis on my legs. It's a dry patch of skin that's kind of itchy. It goes away in 2 to 4 weeks. It can come from cleaning supplies. It can come from random stuff, skin contact. So, that's great. It doesn't look bad or anything. You can't even notice it, but I can feel it. It feels like a dry patch of skin. It's just like a hand print. Anyways, it could be sunburn. I don't know. Let's see here. 38-year-old VJ Matos III, 11/24/86. He sent messages to an undercover agent talking about purchasing a 15-year-old girl. He brought cash and condoms to the location. He was charged with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 felonies and also human trafficking. Domenico Franciscus Miguel, born in 85, of Lakeland, Florida. Miguel sent social media messages to an undercover agent talking about purchasing a 15-year-old girl. He repeatedly asked for pictures, and he also brought condoms and cash to the scene. I think this is it. Those are some of them, but I could have swore there was more of them. That was the 11 that I love. Fabuloso. I love Fabuloso. Yeah, Sheriff Grady did a press report on it. Pedophile bus in Florida. I just want to make sure that was it. And now I can't even find it. I get so sick of Google and YouTube, y'all. Y'all, there was a girl that was kidnapped in Jamestown, North Carolina, which is like that area that I'm from. I wanted to see what happened with that. Oh, they arrested an 18-year-old man for it. What the flip is going on with these young boys out here? The damn porn got their brain fried. Oh, God, and he looks crazy as hell. How you not look at him and know he's a weirdo? He looks like a weirdo. I'm so sick of these people. We didn't know. School shooters. We didn't know he was weird. Brian Kohlberger kills a whole... We didn't know he was weird. What is this? What are you doing? Why does he look like Alien vs. Predator or something over here? He does not look well. Now, it could be that he's holding his mouth funny. Trayton Riley was arrested on charges of kidnapping in Jamestown, North Carolina. He dragged a juvenile victim by the collar into the back seat of his car and kidnapped them. Let me read this to y'all so y'all can see how dumb these reporters are getting. Authorities tell us that they have arrested Trenton Riley. According to court documents, Riley dragged the victim, a juvenile victim, by the collar into the back seat of his car and kidnapped them. When the victim tried to call 911, Riley snatched the phone out of their hand. I think this is like AI generated writing. he only kidnapped one person. This is plural. Like there was multiple victims, but it was only this one girl. He faces multiple charges, including first-degree kidnapping and assault. He has no bond. At least they're holding him, because usually they damn let him go. Look at the mugshot. What was going on with that? Let's see what this says, because I'm wondering how that news article doesn't tell us crap. Guilford County investigators said a young man crashed into a yard in Jamestown after the attempted kidnapping of a teenage girl. The girl got away with only a few scrapes. He lives in the neighborhood. Is this the same person? I don't think this is this. Y'all, I think this is two different cases. It is. So this was May 22nd of 25. Hold on one second. Jamestown kidnapping. There was two fucking cases in the same town. Two different kids. So one attempted kidnapping was in Jamestown, the one I just read you with the creepy guy with the mugshot. He's 18. And then there's another fucking guy. Listen to this. This is crazy. A young man crashed into a brick mailbox after attempting to kidnap another teen girl. This is a whole different person. Josh Gilbert is this suspect's name, but in the same town. These are two different kidnapping cases in the same town with two different suspects. This is crazy. Gilbert lives in the neighborhood where the court record said he attempted to kidnap this girl, and this took place on Sunday. So this past Sunday. The records say the oh, this is the same one, Trenton Riley. I'm sorry, y'all. The way that they write shit. So that was a friend. So the Josh Gilbert is a friend. I'm so confused. I'm so tired. You know, if they just did their fucking job. Let me read this. Gilbert lives in the neighborhood where the court records say he attempted to kidnap this girl on Sunday. 18-year-old Trent Riley attempted to kidnap the 16-year-old teen for the purpose of sexual servitude. The report says the teen was sexually assaulted by Riley. Court records state that Riley grabbed the victim by her jacket collar and drug her about 20 feet, then forced her into the backseat of the car he was driving. Also, according to those records, Riley attempted to forcibly snatch the victim's cell phone from her hands while she was trying to call 911. Police said that the 16-year-old girl escaped from Riley with only a few scrapes, and she didn't require medical attention. Why are we not taking her to the hospital? She's a rape victim. We need to collect DNA. She wasn't taken to the hospital. What are they doing? Unbelievable. That means that they don't have... So, to get a proper conviction, we would need that sample from a rape kit to tie it back to him, even though he was clearly in possession of this child. It's just evidence that we would want to have for a conviction. Why she was not taken to the hospital is beyond me, but it really goes to show that these fuckers don't know how to do their damn job anymore. So when he's given a slap on the wrist and we see that he's on probation next year, don't be fucking surprised, because clearly they don't give a fuck. She did not require medical treatment. Officers arrested him after he crashed into the Gilbert's mailbox because he was trying to flee the scene. So Josh Gilbert is the one that owns the mailbox. The way that they write stuff, and like they left half of the car crash out of the first report, I thought it was two different fucking reports. It's not the best area. That whole area is highly dangerous. Jamestown Especially like MLK Road right there in Jamestown. That whole fucking road is so dangerous. By the Carolina store and all of that, like, so fucking dangerous. The drug problems in that area are horrible. It's no surprise. I mean, these things are just going to get worse, you guys, because these kids have been raised by cell phones. They're little psychos. Like, clearly. He just kidnapped a 16-year-old girl, assaulted her, and he'll probably get a slap on the wrist. Let me inform you, I was on probation in the same county one time. It's Guilford County. I was on probation for possession of heroin, and I kept failing my drug test. So I failed 3 drug tests, and they were supposed to activate my sentence and send me to prison. So I walk into the courthouse. This was almost 10 years ago. Walk into the courthouse, and I noticed that on the docket, there is a few hundred, no exaggeration, it was a few hundred people in this courtroom this day. This place is huge. It's the High Point Sheriff's Office, or the High Point courthouse, right? So all of us were in felony violation of felony probation. That means that all of us had caught additional charges that were felonies, had been felon drug tests, had not been complying and making our payments, and had caught new charges, and all of us were supposed to be activated our sentence that day. They were supposed to activate our sentence and send us to prison. They let all of us walk out of that courtroom and took us all off probation. That's how they do things in High Point, North Carolina. So the chances of this kid actually seeing a prison over this situation, it's 50-50. 50-50. MLK Street in Detroit is real nice. You got jokes, right? Is that a joke? I've never seen an MLK that was a nice street, honey. They're always usually the most dangerous street in the whole city. I'll die if you're being for real right now. I'll die. No, but for real, they let everybody off probation. There was people in there for sex crimes, people in there for felony possession of a firearm by a felon. That's a mandatory, 7-year sentence in the state of North Carolina. These were hardened criminals, and myself included at the time, that should have been seeing the inside of a jail cell, and they let us all off probation and let us leave that day. It was overcrowding. Yeah, great question. It was overcrowded. Yep. That's the one and only time I ever caught a break in the criminal justice system. Usually they're locking me up for more crimes I didn't commit. Y'all, I cannot believe I wasted all that time on this video this morning. I mean, it really upsets me still. I feel like I did so well, and then I guess what I'm going to have to do is make it like a 35-minute, 40-minute video and see if that'll work, and break it up into sections, which I didn't want to do. That means that I have to film more and go through the trauma more, and I guess it gives me more time to deal with it, but can't I just do it all in one shot, damn it? Why I gotta take 3, 5, 10 times doing something? I wish things were... and I restarted the video dozens of times. It took me 5-6 hours to even get the content filmed the way that I wanted it to, and it's just devastating. It pisses me off. I'm already exhausted and just so stressed out, and I'm pre-mensing, and it's a lot. It's a lot. Oh, wow. You too, Pete. I hope you have a great weekend. I guess I might try to do some filming this weekend and fix this situation. I've got to do something to, figure this shit out. I don't know what I'm going to do about my truck. I don't know what I'm going to do about... all my bills are paid now except for my truck, so that's the biggest problem that I have at this point, is figuring out if I'm going to be able to keep my truck. It just sucks to pay all this money on it. And you know what I know for a fact? They won't be able to resell it. It's a 10-year-old truck at this point. You know what I mean? It'll sit in a lot and rot because there's no seats. They're not getting the fucking seats if they repo it. fender, you know, and like my headlight out. They would have to spend $1,000 cleaning it up to even try to sell it. They ain't gonna be able to do that. I've been living in it for 2 years. You know? Much love to you, Pete. Oh, you said about an hour. What is in my mouth? A whole hair? Jesus. Oh, a big ass one too. Jesus. Hello. Hey, y'all. The short without. What? Y'all, sometimes I don't know what the hell is going on. What? 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 Let's see if I can take a bite of that burger. My head finally is not hurting as bad since I ate 4 of those damn... I took 4 ibuprofen. I'm sorry. Hell no. Y'all. That's why I bought milk, because it'll keep me alive. It sucks. It's definitely an eating disorder from stress. I've been going through it for 2 years. I've always had a problem with my stress affecting my eating habits, and I used to have a problem with people like using that against me. Like they would upset me, narcissists would upset me intentionally so that I wouldn't eat, so that I would spiral and have a bad day or have a bad fucking week, like, because I'm a hypoglycemic. So if I'm not eating, then my sugar level is dropping, which is causing me health issues. And catch up. And it'll disrupt my work schedule and everything because I'm too weak to function. When you're going days without eating, your body needs food to have energy. And if you're not doing that, then you're not going to be functioning and firing on all cylinders like you would be if you were eating. And it disrupts my mental health when I don't eat, to the point that it impacts my entire life. So, yeah. It's definitely an eating disorder that comes with the stress. It's probably related to CPTSD. I'm sure that if you get triggered enough psychologically, that it would cause you to go into a hyper, what is it called? Hyper elevated sense of awareness, you know? Weed makes my stress gone. Yeah, is that like is that like ulcers? Is that what that is? Because I have ulcers. Speaking of which, yeah, I get them from stress, if that's what that is. I just know them called as ulcers. Heartburn pill. I just saw the Navy go through here. Did you see the Navy car? There they are. The Navy police. Y'all see them? There they are. I wonder if they're looking for somebody. He went through both parking lots, kind of looking. I wonder if somebody's in trouble. Not me. I don't do nothing wrong. Not me. I was gonna look up something, I forgot. Oh, yeah, I've had ulcers in my stomach. I don't think I've ever had them in my bowel. I've definitely had one pop up in my stomach that festered for weeks and burnt like a SOB. They come from stress. I think that comes from stress. thank you. Is it Reich? Y'all, listen, let me tell you something. I ran into this lady at the library the other day, and she had on a Lilo and Stitch shirt. And I was like, oh my God, are you excited for the new movie? And she was like, yes, I've got tickets. Da, 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 da. And I was like, girl, I'm so excited. Listen, I forgot how Disney can make you relate to other people. I'm so excited for Lilo and Stitch. I want to see it so bad, but I know I'm not going to be able to see it till it comes out on damn YouTube. Well, until it's like cheap, because when it first comes out on YouTube, it's like $25. What is wrong with them? They are a multi-billion-dollar company. They need to get it together. They act like we're all made of money. They're the ones that pay me. They know I'm broke. And they want $24.99 for Lilo and Stitch, I think. Let's see how much it is on YouTube. Let's see if they even got it. Lilo. Oh, it's the old one. They don't have the new one yet. I don't think it comes out till like the end of May. I think like the 25th or something. Or did it come out tonight? It might have came out tonight. Lilo and Stitch movie. Hello. Hey, John. Can I? Their budget was $100 million. How much is it, though? They got to play this part is so adorable. She's great. It's tonight. Yeah, I know. I know. I bet that's a great movie. I haven't been to the movies in forever. I would absolutely pay to go see that. Let's see how much a Cinemark ticket is. It's probably $25 damn dollars. I tried to click on it. It won't let me click on it. Oh, it's $13. Oh, plus a $2. Hold on, let me go through here. Let's go through here. Order food and drink. Hell no. Y'all, I take my own food and drinks in the movie theaters. I don't play them games. I will walk up in there. I started to look for my bath bag. I will walk up in there with my big old bath bag like this. Like, I do not care. I'm taking my own snacks. I got better snacks anyways. I don't want that artificial sugar. I will. Listen, don't play around and have one of them little tables in the front either. I'll bring a whole candle up in there. It always stinks up in there. Probably shouldn't take a... I think it's like $20 probably. I can't get to the pricing because everything's a scam. So, that's interesting. Oh, thank you, Fernando. I like that name. It's beautiful. You don't want me. I'm crazy. I'm rabid. I'll bite your ears off. Arr. I was talking to that today, about that today in the video. I really hate that it didn't post. I guess I'm accepting it now that my whole day was wasted doing that. And I think that when I put time and effort into things and I try to perfect them, that the devil prevents me from proceeding, honey. I think that I need to maybe not put so much pressure on myself and just do little 30-minute videos explaining things, which is extremely hard because there's so much. You know, I changed hands probably, I don't know, 20, 30 times before I was 14 years old. I was probably in 20 to 30 different placements by 14. Some of those times was back at my parents' house. But when you're switching homes and placements and going into different places that often, it's a lot. It's a lot to remember. And I thought I did a good job today, but the devil won. It never got posted. And I get to a point of frustration where I just destroy shit. So I deleted it. It's like, alright, forget it. flushed it down the toilet. Scrap it. I'll start again another day. Oh yeah, foster care. Yep. Flush it down the toilet. Yeah, those places are shitholes. It's so crazy. They labeled me as a child abuser, and I've never harmed a child, but I know lots of child abusers. I grew up around them, you know? It's so weird. It's so weird how the world will take things, twist it, turn it upside down, and then expect you to live in a false reality. It's like, wait a minute, that's not how things went. Like, y'all really just be making up shit and ruining people's lives. Like, it's crazy. It's unbelievable, but I lived it, so I know it to be true. That's the world that we have. Where pedophiles and rapists like Diddy and Epstein walk free for years, re-offending, harming people. Of course I would be charged with fucking child abuse, something that the one charge that I would probably never do no matter what. It's just, it's so ironic. I mean, it really is. There's a lot of things that I might be forced to do that are illegal. That's the one thing I could never be forced to do, is harm a child. No matter which way I spin it and look at it, it's just crazy. It's crazy that it ever happened. Like, that I was charged with this. No matter how I spin it, I can't make sense of it in my mind. I never will be able to, because I never did it. And there'll come a day where I get it off my record. And maybe if I'm lucky, with a little bit of help one day, I can actually get the entire thing taken off my record by proving my innocence. That would be my dream. Not because I need it off my record, but because I want my daughter to know I would never hurt her, and I never did. They are fucking creating history that never fucking happened. It's crazy how people can just create a story that's a lie and people believe it. It's probably always been this way, though. Probably always will be. When I grabbed those nutrition shakes, I went ahead and grabbed some more shampoo. It was on sale for like $3.95. I haven't used that since high school, but I remember why I love it so well now, because my hair is a lot softer and it also looks shinier and better. I think that the shampoo I was using was drying it out too much. So we're going to switch over to this for a couple of weeks to see if it helps. All this trash. Yeah, exactly. I was talking about that the other day too. The children that age out of the foster care system, 65% of them need immediate housing, and 40 to 50% of them will end up on the streets anyways. Most people that are homeless on the streets grew up in the foster care system. The majority. That's another crazy fact. Here, I'll tell you the exact number. We talked about this the other day and did a bunch of statistics on this. I looked into a bunch of different stats. What percentage of homeless people grew up in the foster care system? It's actually a pipeline for homelessness and the criminal justice system. 50%. 50%. It's a pipeline. It's like if you grow up in the foster care system, you're doomed for failure. You're either going to end up homeless or in prison. It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. We've had this broken system for the past 50, 60 years. This is nothing new. It's just that I'm just discovering this, and it definitely impacts my mental health. Because it's like, how do people see this and allow this? I mean, this is just... What's the word? I don't know. It's a violation against humanity to have this system that sets these people up for failure. They don't educate them. They don't teach them any ways of actually living life or being successful in it. They teach you nothing. They use you for money. They fill you up with drugs. And they leave you incompetent and dumb. And you fall from the foster care system, aging out of that, into the criminal justice system, or straight into homelessness, or into drugs. You know, to know that these statistics exist to show that there is a direct pipeline between these communities into each one is disturbing, to have this scientific data and nothing be done about it. And like I said, it's been going on for years. This is nothing new. These studies are consistent and have been for the past 60 years. The foster care system does not help anyone. Sure, there's a few isolated cases out of 1,000 where 1 or 2 children have a successful adoption, but more often than not, the foster care system leads them to prison and or death or homelessness or drug problems. It's a statistical proven fact. They call it the pipeline. It's a whole thing. You can Google it. Thousands of studies, hundreds of studies have been done on this. And, you know, I guess the general public doesn't know the reality of these types of things, and I understand that, but that's why I talk about them, because, like, my childhood, my criminal record, my drug problems, my children not being with me, all of that could have been prevented if I would have had one social worker that actually cared. My life could have had a complete different outcome if I would have been diagnosed with the proper diagnosis as a child, not used as a guinea pig. My life could have been completely different. Damn, that shit smells so good. Thanks, I appreciate it, Wanted Man and Chris. That's, a lot of people's lives are like that. I think that a lot of, well, here's the thing. If 50% of them end up homeless and a good portion ends up in jail, I think it's 90%. Hold on. What percentage of foster care kids end up in the Department of Corrections? 90% risk. Okay. So, one study found that 70% of foster care youth were arrested at least once before the age of 26. Furthermore, youth with 5 or more foster care placements, I had almost a dozen, are at 90% risk of being involved in the legal system, criminal justice system. 90% chance. That means that if you grew up in foster care and you moved from one temporary foster home to a group home, to another group home, to another foster care home, to another group home, if you had 5 or more foster care placements, you were at a 90% risk of being involved with the criminal legal system. 90%. So, sorry you can't see it. You can fact check me though. So, there was a 90% chance as a child that I was going to be a criminal, because I was placed over 11 times. And that's not including with my family. And that's not including hospital visits and group homes. That's just foster care families. Like I said, I was probably moved 30 to 40 times before the age of 14. Do some math on that. That's like every 6 months or something, isn't it? Because that's about what it was. Every I would say every 6 weeks to 6 months, it felt like I was in a different home. Because I was. They would move me. So, this is saying that if you had 5 or more foster care placements, that you're destined for state prison. 90% chance. They call it there's a whole name for this if you care to venture into it on your own. They call it the foster care to prison pipeline. And this is from years of data. This is from years, and this is going back to orphanages. This is really when this started, the study of the psychological impacts of the foster care system on these children. We really start to see the studies around orphanages, and it just gets worse and worse. They've known for 60 years that we had a broken system. We have these numbers that back that, but they do nothing to fix it. But they're always standing there with their hands out looking for more federal funding, talking about the problems that they have. They have too many children in the foster care system. But instead of fixing the system, they keep it as is. What is the point? Blessings to you too, Chris. Wishing you all the success and happiness. Got stuck on the roof. Oh. Yeah, they know. And that's another thing, mine to die. That's what I was thinking about when I was filming that video this morning. They absolutely hope that us kids that grew up in those systems cannot remember and recall what happened to us. They're hoping that well, we need to start by actually educating our social workers. We need a massive re-education, like, decade, okay? It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. These social workers are not well equipped to teach people what they should be teaching people. You should see what they even employ in these places. It's disturbing. A psychological evaluation to start with our social workers. Also, maybe, I don't know, like some kind of, not an IQ test, but maybe some kind of test to make sure that social workers have high levels of empathy, compassion, and understanding before we fucking hire weirdos that damage people's lives. You know, my whole life was destroyed because of one social worker. They have the same authority as a sheriff's department, fun fact. Now, they can't arrest you, but they will have somebody else come arrest you. And what they say is word in a court of law. Maybe stripping them a little bit of their power. I don't think that some bitch that went to college for 2 years should have the right to destroy an entire family's life like they can. It's crazy. DEI policies have highly affected that government agency as well. It's one of the reasons that it's failing more than ever now. A lot of good social workers and supervisors have had to leave the industry because of DEI programs. It's massively negatively impacted social work and CPS in general. Starting by re-education, I think that there needs to be a focus on psychological. People need to be taught how to handle their mental health problems. People need to be taught how to raise their children properly. They need to be told what is positive, what is not positive for the early childhood development of a child. You know, social workers leave out so much information. I never had a social worker that was helpful to me as a child, and I definitely didn't have one during the case of my daughter that was helpful. They are very slippery and slimy. It's almost like they are going out of their way to build a case upon you, and that's what they are doing. It's an investigation, so that's exactly what they're doing. They're collecting any and every bit of information to try to take your child from you. We have an ass-backwards system built to harm mothers and children, and the system was designed to help mothers and children, and it's completely ass-backwards. We need to start by educating people, educating social workers, and coming up with new programs to help mothers better stand on their own 2 feet. Our first plan of action should never be to separate a mother from her child, because scientifically we know that that is detrimental to the child and the mother. It's crazy. The system that we have right now is so fucking backwards. I don't think that it'll ever be fixed, you guys. I think that it would take something massive. I mean, like children actually dying under the care of like social workers for something to actually change. And they do, that happens every day actually. So I don't know. Something massive would have to happen for the government to even step in and say, hey, we need to reform, because it doesn't look like they're going to change anything. And it looks like they've built a system to destroy families and to profit off of children from broken homes. And they've been doing it for years. They've been doing it for decades. Yeah, the more kids they take, the more funding. They have beds to fill, and They do. They get more money from the government the more children they have. When do they start children in school now? Huh. I don't know. I thought that they started them about 6 years old. Yeah, when you're going through like a CPS investigation, it feels like they are trying to pin you against the fucking wall, and it should never feel like that. Mothers and fathers should feel like they can come to CPS for help, because that's what it was created for. Child protective services. It's supposed to be to help the parent and the child better serve themselves in some manner. Do we need to give them parental classes? Do we need to give them basic psychology classes? Do we need to do conversion therapy? Do we need to do some kind of talk therapy? Do we need to get them connected with mental health services? Do we need to get them connected with a food bank? Do we need to... I could go on for days. Guess what they don't do when you go and ask for help? Any of that shit. It's really crazy that most people think that they would help with any of that. Because they don't. At least not me. Maybe it was personal. Maybe that's why they never tried to help me with any of that. Maybe it was personal. It's crazy. Damn, Emily. That's so sweet of her. That's so sweet of her to take on foster kids, man. I had some good foster families and I had some bad ones. I had like 1 or 2 good ones and most of the other ones were bad ones, but that's so sweet of her to do that. Yeah, CPS is a joke. Absolute joke. I mean, looking back at the whole circus situation that I had to go through, it's still unbelievable what I went through. I mean, I just cannot believe that this is America. When I look at the entire situation, it's just, I cannot believe that this is America. You would think that it was like some place that had no law and order that my case happened in. Yeah, and that's another statistic that I've read about, is how many, innocent parents are wrongfully convicted, such as me, of child abuse, and they actually traumatize the child even further, and the abuse never fucking happened. It's a simple accident where a kid slips and falls down some steps, or they fall off the bunk bed, and then before you know it, the parents is in handcuffs. This happens all the time. All the time. Happens all the time. It's so sad. Hell, wasn't there a mother in England? Who was that? Who was the mother in England that was charged for killing 3 of her children and she was innocent? Sally Clark. Sally Clark is a well-known case of a British mother wrongfully convicted of murdering her 2 infant sons. And there was a medical reason as to why these children were done. That's the crazy part, is that people are so dumb, they don't realize that babies used to die all the time, and they still do. SIDS is a whole thing in itself, but also there's like seizure disorders. There's also, I think I read something about some kind of blood disorder or a blood... I don't know, y'all. Can you get a blood disorder? Isn't there like blood diseases that you can get? Listen, I'm not a doctor. I know. I wonder if we're going to get some lithium from overseas, from Ukraine and stuff. We're supposed to be like making some mineral deals with other countries, trying to get lithium and stuff. So, Sally Clark was convicted in 1999 of murdering her 2 sons, Christopher and Harry, who died suddenly in 1996 and 1998, respectively. Flawed evidence. Her conviction was heavily influenced by statistical evidence presented by pediatrician Roy Meadow, who testified that the odds of 2 children in a family like the Clarks dying of sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS, were a 1 in a 73 million chance. The statistic was later criticized as seriously flawed and misleading evidence, and I would have to agree. We can't. So this doctor said, oh, it's a 1 in a 73 million chance that this woman had 2 babies die from the same disease, so she had to have murdered them both. This is their evidence. So Sally Clark's yeah, that's another big problem, is sexual assault in foster families and stuff. Huge problem. So Sally Clark's conviction was overturned in 2003 after new evidence emerged, including one of her sons, Harry, had likely died from a bacterial infection, and that the statistical evidence presented at trial was unreliable. The Sally Clark case is considered a major miscarriage of justice that highlighted the potential dangers of relying on flawed expert testimony and misused statistics in a court. No. Following her release from prison, Sally Clark struggled with the trauma of her wrongful conviction and died in 2007 from alcohol poisoning. I'm not going to start crying. So this woman lost her 2 children from natural fucking causes. The state charges her as a child abuser. It takes years to get herself freed. And then she drinks herself to death. From the fucking pain, probably. I mean, listen, happy people are not out here killing themselves with goddamn alcohol, okay? She lost everything that she ever fucking loved, and the state added more pain to her fucking struggle by charging her with crimes she didn't fucking do. And it's a miracle I'm goddamn alive. This is what I mean when I say that. They were hoping that I went back to heroin. I was clean when I had my daughter. That's what they wanted. They wanted me to go back to drugs so I would die and forget what they had done. They wanted me to just take myself out. They were hoping that I killed myself on black tar heroin so that I could never repeat what they done to me. They wanted me to be like Sally. Ironically, we have the same last name. Here's another one. It is heartbreaking. Imagine, man. Poor Sally. Oh, here's another one. Kathleen Folbigg. She had 4. Sorry. Her name is Kathleen, Folbigg. Kathleen Megan Folbigg, an Australian woman who was wrongfully convicted in 2003 of murdering her 4 infant children. She was pardoned in 2023 after 20 years in jail following a long campaign for justice by her supporters. And I gotta know how these children die, because this just sounds too crazy. Now I'm over there with the doctor. This is a 1 in 73 million chance that you had 4 kids die. What happened? So she had her convictions overturned on appeal a few months later. No direct evidence of the alleged crimes was ever found, but the personal diary discovered by her husband had handed this diary over to police. Several entries seemed to suggest that she may have harmed or intended murdering her children. What? She was arrested in 2001 and convicted in 2003, sentenced to 40 years on non-parole period of 30 years. She maintained her innocence, however, claiming that her 4 children had died from natural causes. Scientific and medical research suggesting the daughters might indeed have died of natural causes was rejected by a judicial inquiry in 2019. Subsequent research published in 2020 led 90 eminent Australian scientists and medical professionals in March of 21 to petition the governor to pardon her. The petition demonstrated that all 4 deaths could be explained as the effects of a rare genetic factor. And on June 5th of 2030, she was unconditionally pardoned by the New South Wales Governor, Margaret Beazley, and was released from prison. Let's look at the deaths. This is crazy. What kind of genetic... And I said this earlier. I said, the babies can have genetic problems and die. I mean, I knew, but what the hell is this? What, new fear unlocked. Poor babies. Oh, the 350,000 missing children. Yeah, where are those damn children? I was looking. It says that we have 400,000 children in foster care right now. Well, we need to add an additional 350 because we have 350 missing children in this country right now. Is that what y'all talk about? Makes me so mad. Oh, but if I was hiding my kid from CPS, they done took me to jail for kidnapping. You know what I mean? Absolutely Epstein Island 2.0. How do you hide that many children? So it looks like one of her first children passed away in 1989. It looks like he passed away during the middle of the night. They thought that it was because of SIDS. He was only 19 days old, and she found him dead in his crib. His name was Caleb Gibson. And then Patrick Allen was born a year later. She also found him dead. He died 4 months later due to seizures. They had a little girl named Sarah Kathleen. She was born in 92 and she died 10 months old. And then the last baby died at age 18 months old. Oh God, that scared the hell out of me. And she was incriminated by her own freaking husband. It's always somebody you know, y'all. They'll write a statement so quick. This is why I ain't married. Y'all wonder why I ain't married? Because I ain't found a man that's loyal to me. This man had her locked up on false charges. Listen to this. In 1999, Kathleen had been incriminated by her own husband. But it was not until April of 2001 that she was actually arrested. So her husband gave investigators her journal. Let's see. So the trial lasted 7 weeks in 2003. The prosecution alleged that Kathleen had murdered her 4 children by smothering them during periods of frustration. Lord have mercy. Absolutely. Whatever they have done with those children is going to come to light. It will come to light. The probability of a few of those children making it is pretty probable. Out of 350,000 children, a few thousand of those children will survive in some capacity and tell us what the hell happened. I think most of those children have probably, not most of them, but I think a lot of them have probably already been victimized, and probably a small portion have already been killed. And I'm not trying to sound cynical. I'm being a realist here. This is human trafficking. A lot of these situations ultimately lead to people, victims being murdered. We'll find out one day. It's very disturbing to think that there are that many children being held captive right now. And they just went missing. And the government said, oh, don't worry about it. You don't have to answer our calls. But if you were an American citizen, honey, and you didn't answer their calls, they'd be kicking down your door with a search warrant to take your kids into custody, and you'd never see them again. So the prosecution said that she smothered all 4 of these children. The case relied on improbability of all 4 children dying of natural causes, citing now dubious Meadows laws, a maximum attributed to the British pediatrician Roy Meadows. 1 sudden infant death is a tragedy, 2 is suspicious, 3 is murder until proven otherwise. So this was a doctor that said this, and this is one of the things that got her prosecuted. This doctor said that there was a 1 in 73 million % or shot in hail, that all of these, or that was a different one. But still, one he's saying the same thing. It's a 1 in a million shot that all of these children died under natural circumstances. She had to have killed these babies. You know, when I read these cases, I always hone into what that mother must have been feeling like in that moment. Can you imagine being innocent and being accused of murdering 4 children that you have tragically fucking lost? You can't even grieve over the death of your children because you're being drugged through a court case and accused of harming a child. 4 of them. Imagine being Kathleen during this time. It would be enough to drive most people insane to the point that they lose their mind and never come back to a normal state of stability. I mean, that took me there. And I wasn't even charged with murder. So we don't know, I don't know what was written in the diary, but it appears that the defense pointed out that there was no direct admissions of the killings in Kathleen's journals, and that any entries indirectly suggesting her responsibility could be chalked up to a typical grieving mother's guilt. She appeared genuinely distraught to ambulance and police responders at the scene, and they testified to such. They pointed out that no physical evidence could link her to a murder. It was an entirely circumstantial case with very little consensus among the scientific experts who testified at trial. First of all, I'm starting to notice a common theme with women and child abuse or murder charges. Most of these that I read about are circumstantial. Even the Amanda Lewis case, that is circumstantial. We do not take testimony from children under the age of 10 years old in most states. So why a 6-year-old boy or 7-year-old boy was even allowed to testify is beyond me, because it's not a credible witness. But she was prosecuted on that. And she still sits in prison to this day. I'm starting to notice a trend of mothers who come from impoverished upbringings, who already have a hard time in life trying to financially support children. A lot of single mothers, a lot of mothers that don't have family resources, that get caught up in child abuse cases and or murder charges, and they're actually innocent. And it's circumstantial evidence that gets them convicted of crimes they did not commit. And we read something yesterday that said, what did it say? It said it was the leading cause, child abuse charges are the leading cause of wrongful convictions in women. Child abuse charges are the leading cause of wrongful convictions for women. So mothers, pay attention, because this is not a game. This happens so much more than people care to talk about. People don't want to have this discussion. I get it. It's easier to say that I'm a child abuser than assess the system and see where the broken cracks lie and maybe work on fixing it, right? I get it. I get it. But I'm not a child abuser. I never even spanked my daughter because of my upbringing. I've said this time and time again. Let me say it again. I never believed in corporal punishment. I never spanked my daughter. Not once. Never even popped her. Never believed in corporal punishment because of the way that my parents beat me growing up. It's crazy. It's crazy how society will turn things around on you. But who are you looking for? That woman, Kathleen? Her last name is it's crazy. It's out of the Australia, if that's who you're looking for. Kathleen, Folbigg. She was probably damn protecting you, and they don't like that shit. CPS doesn't want mothers to think for themselves. They don't want mothers that are well equipped to take care of themselves. They want the mothers to be dumb and incompetent so that they can damn obtain power and control over them. So it looks like there was no... So on May 1st of 2003, Kathleen Folbigg was found guilty by a Supreme Court in New South Wales jury of the following crimes: 3 counts of murder, 1 count of manslaughter, and 1 count of maliciously inflicting grievous bodily harm. She was convicted of killing all 4 of her children. Oh, wow. So it looks like a team of lawyers got together. They they looked at the forensic pathology. So it looks like Sarah, the baby girl, she passed away from sudden infant death syndrome. And then Caleb, he had a floppy larynx. What is that? Is that in the throat? Yeah, it's soft, immature cartilage of the upper larynx collapses inwards during inhalation, causing obstruction of the airways. So it's in the esophagus. It sounds like that was a problem in the child and he stopped breathing. It looks like Patrick had severe seizures and Laura had myocarditis. It's inflammation in like the heart tissues or something. It's a cardiac dysfunction due to chronic inflammation in the heart. It causes shortness of breath, chest pain. So there was an actual medical reason that all 4 of these children passed away, and the mother is charged with murder for all of them. And there's actually a reason. And if the investigators would have done their job properly instead of getting tunnel vision over a diary from the husband being a snitch, I hope she divorced him. This is crazy. So it looks like they did DNA samples of the deceased children, and they found these mutated genes in their blood. So these children had mutations, diseases, and both found a mutation in her CALM2 gene. CALM2 is one of the 3 genes in the Comdolin family, which among other things helps regulate the heart's expansions and contractions. So these babies had genetic mutations that led to their deaths. So in 2023, she was finally let out of prison and pardoned completely. Crazy. The researchers concluded that the CALM2 mutation carried by Kathleen and her 2 girls altered their heart rhythm, predisposing them to sudden, unexpected death, possibly precipitated by their intercurrent infections, respiratory infections, and then Laura had myocarditis. Listen, work with me. That's crazy. The other 2 children, Caleb and Patrick, each carried 2 potential lethal genetic mutations. Gene BSN, which is linked to early onset lethal epilepsy in mice, with 1 mutation inherited from their mother and the second one likely inherited from their father, Craig. Patrick had epileptic seizures prior to his death. None of the 4 showed signs of smothering in the autopsies. So this woman she was convicted of murder, and there was no evidence to convict her, number one, but also there was a medical explanation as to why these children were dying, but investigators, they're never going to take it that far. They're never going to do the hard work. You will have to hire somebody to do the hard work for you. They will never go out of their way to do anything that is beneficial or go against their case. That's the defense's job, to find that information out, the medical information, and to bring in specialists for the defense. It sucks. It sucks. That's scary. Oh, wow. Children weren't named till later in life. I believe it. How long did they used to wait to name a baby in the 1600s? Let's see. Oh, they would wait till they baptized the baby or a period of great time to ensure the baby's survival. This was due to high infant mortality rates and a desire to avoid naming a child if they did not survive. So isn't that sad that the likelihood of a child dying back then was so probable that they didn't even want to name the child, so that they didn't bond with the child because they were scared that it was going to die? How horrifying. I guess the 1600s, I was right. Isn't that crazy? In the 1600s, waiting to name the baby was common, with the practice of often delayed until after baptism or a period of time. Interesting. Shit, y'all. Fuck. The gym just closed. I've been in the AC all day. It's okay. I'll go in this bathroom and wash my face and brush my teeth. It's not the first time I've forgot to go shower, but I forgot they were closing early. It's been one of those days where, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. While wealthy children ate from silver spoons. Huh. Did the other metal make them sick or something? Did it carry a disease? Well, if it was a wooden spoon, it absolutely did. But I'm wondering, like, they would wait sometimes at least till the baby was a few months old, while others might have named the baby at baptism, or it could happen shortly after birth. It could be weeks, days, or months. That makes sense. I didn't know that. Oh, that's probably why they had a lot of stainless steel in doctors' offices and stuff. Huh. Y'all, I forgot to go shower. It's been a hell of a day. I took a shower last night, so it's not like I shower every day. Usually at night, so that when I get in my bed, my sheets are all clean and everything's clean back there, and I don't have to worry about, like, stinking up the car or nothing. Like, I like to get in the bed and be clean, you know? Like, I don't like to get in the bed all dirty. I sleep better when I have a shower at night, and then I can wake up in the morning and just freshen up, brush my teeth, wash my face. It's okay. I'll go down, shower in the morning. Y'all think that's a serial killer up in Massachusetts and Connecticut and Long Island and all of that? Have y'all seen that stuff? They still keep finding bodies, don't they? I think they found another one. Hold on. How many bodies have they found in New England and Connecticut? 12 human remains have been found in New England, Connecticut within the last few weeks. 12. Human remains, mostly women, have been found in New Haven, Norwalk, Gorton, and Killingly. Also in Connecticut and Foster, Rhode Island. And back in April, we only had 10 bodies. Now we have 12 bodies. Let me go to the newest article, May 13th. Is the serial killer stalking New England? 12 human remains have been recently found in 3 states. Police have dismissed the likelihood that the lone perpetrator is responsible for all of the deaths. They said the same thing about damn Rex, and he was the New England serial killer killing everybody. They're not going to tell us until there's definitive proof that they're all linked. They're going to keep it close to the vest and act like it's not a serial killer, even if it is. They're not going to tell us. We don't do retracted messages on this channel. They do. They say that there's en masse, and they have not been pushing it that much. Yeah, I don't know. Thank you, Captain Skin Marks. Yeah, I don't know. It is weird. Oh my God, these people are... Did y'all see that car? I don't know if you saw that, but people are crazy. People are crazy. Let's go to the bathroom. I need to throw this trash away. What a horrible, no good, very bad day. I can't win, y'all. I'm telling you, I could win the lottery and a plane would fall out of the sky and hit me in the head and kill me. If that ever happens, you can have my millions. I leave them to you. I mean, I don't have any millions now, but I might hit the lottery, and if I do, I'll get hit by a train, so it goes to you if that happens. I'm so sick of filling up the gas tank, y'all. Tired. I just pulled them hairs out today, and it didn't help. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this away. Where's that Burger King shit? Oh, I put it in here. Didn't I? Yeah. It sucks that I wasted that, but it's not my fault. I cannot eat from the stress. People that have the opposite problem, I feel for you. While I'm watching you stress eat, you can watch me stress not eat. And we can just stare at each other. How about that? Look at all these cats. 1, 2, 3. That one looks like a damn mountain lion. Oh, they're introducing each other. I think they're trying to make out. Ooh. Hold on. You got a friend in me. You leave that cat alone. Look at the sky, y'all. Yeah, I'm not a huge kitty cat fan. Sorry, I'm not a crazy liberal woman. We were talking about that online. There was some dude that posted a post, and it said that liberal women were... It was something about liberal women, and I forgot. And I was like, yeah, apparently they did another study, and they did. Look at these cats. Y'all see that? They're everywhere. They did do a study, and it showed that liberal women are the most unhappy women there are out there. Not a joke. These cats. I fed that one time, and I should have never done it, because then it was up on the hood of my car trying to break in. That's a nice boat. Oh, I've seen him before. He's cool. He's not a weirdo. There's raccoons and everything when I come around. I bet you he's over there. There's one of the cats. I bet there's raccoons up in the bushes, y'all. That's why I didn't stay out here lately, because the damn animals are so bad. They be hanging off your car. Thank you, Vanessa. I hope you're doing well. God bless you. Happy Friday. Had a rough day. It's alright. This is why they thought I was autistic. So I have this problem where when things don't go right, I start to spiral out of control to the point that it disrupts my life and I can't work, I can't go to school, I can't do nothing. It's actually like, you ever seen kids that use building blocks to build and then the blocks fall and they lose their fucking temper and their mind? Hello. And it's to the point sometimes I can't control it. I can't control my disappointment and my emotions from spiraling because I can't believe that the shit is going down the way that it does. Once again, I thought when I grew up that shit would be easy. Negative. It's gotten harder. I look like absolute shit. Welcome to stress. People be like, I'm stressed. Bitch, when you look like this, I might believe you. Fucking hair falling out, face breaking out. Forgot to go shower. Listen, I'm not dirty though. I've been in the AC all day. It'll be fine. I washed my ass last night. It ain't gonna kill me to wait 12 more hours. Thank God I got a gym membership so I can go do that now. Oh, look at the birds. Hold on. Damn it. Can't see them. Hold on. Ooh, it smells like dead fish over here. Probably because it is. There's the bird. Hello. I have an offer. I wanted to know if you wanted to be my pet. Ooh, that's what I smelled, that dead fish. Oh, there's a whole pile of dead fish. Alright. You know, this is why I never come over this side. I usually go over there because there's a beach over there. Let's go over there. Y'all see that yacht right there? With the lights on it? Hey, Amy. No Taco Bell. We definitely should try to get some this weekend, though. I'm gonna need to... Ooh, that's a big old piece of fish. Y'all, it stinks so bad over here. I can't do it. Okay. We're gonna go over here to one of these other boardwalks where they ain't fishing, dumping fish heads. Y'all hear the music? I ain't been out of the car all day, other than trying to upload that stuff in Starbucks. I spent 6 hours trying to film it. I finally got to a cut that I liked. And then I was trying to upload from 10:30 a.m. to like 5:30. And still never got the video uploaded. And it come to the point where I was so frustrated, I just deleted it all. Every single cut. I just deleted the whole folder. I really don't think that I thought about what I was filming until I was filming it, and then I was so far in and it started to take a massive toll on me emotionally immediately. I didn't realize that it was going to be as taxing as it was to talk about it. I don't think that I realized how much it bothered me until I started talking about it, and then I turned into a babbling brook. I told myself I was going to only make it like an hour long, and it ended up being an hour and like 20 minutes. I think it was an hour and 26 minutes actually, and then it wouldn't upload because it was so large. Trash pandas, they will, Kristen. You see them out here too. Look at that. Is that not beautiful? I'm dropping shit. Hey, I need that golf cart. There they go. Wave, kids. Say hey, kids. I'm sorry, y'all. I dropped the phone. I caught you. I was talking. I'm gonna get me one of them.
That's the way to do it.
Y'all have fun. They got the badass golf cart. See how nice everybody is? It ain't like that in North Carolina. People in North Carolina are assholes. It wasn't always like that. A bunch of transplants moved down during COVID and the whole state changed. We got people from New York, tons of people from New York, y'all. Hundreds of thousands probably. I would say tens of thousands from New York. Tons of people from Boston. My whole neighborhood, $1 million houses. Everybody sold their homes during COVID, and all of these Northerners moved in. And at one point when we were moving out, we noticed that everybody in the neighborhood was from Jersey or New York. There was not a North Carolina tag in that neighborhood. It started in 2020, and then in the end of 2020, when we were moving out of the neighborhood, it was literally from March to December, the whole neighborhood switched from North Carolinians to Northerners. That quick. Before 2021. So how many months is that? March to December. Was that like 9 months? Listen, I don't do math. But yeah. I don't know. I think the accent's pretty cool. Boston accent. Y'all, it's nice out here. I forgot to go down. The gym closes at weird times on the weekend. I forget. They closed at 7 o'clock, I think. And it might have been 8. I don't remember. 7 or 8. I just know they're already closed. By the time I looked at my phone, it was 8:30. The mosquitoes are eating me up. I want to take a seat. Kick it. Make sure no lizards come out from underneath it first, or snakes. That should be good. Something just flew in my mouth. What you can't see is I'm surrounded by bugs right now trying to get in my eyeballs. You see where the jets have been in the sky today? From the base. That's a military base. And they have a hangar. And sometimes at night, that is the coolest thing when they fire up those jets. I've only seen it once. But they fire up them jets and you can literally feel the turbulence from those jets taking off. You can hear it from like 3-4 streets away, and you can feel it when they go to take off in the sky. It's crazy. It literally rocks the truck. You know what I mean? Like, it'll rock the entire truck. It's crazy. Look at this. Oh my God, look at that ship. Holy smokes, boss. They're blue. Sorry. They're blue, homie. Bluer than that sky. They're like a Carolina blue. Look at this. I want to get closer to it. Y'all want to go over these rocks? Oh my God, look at that fur baby. That's a border collie, I think. Is he going? He's going to drop that golf cart over there. Oh, he's not. Okay, never mind. I guess we're going to stay here. Look at this. I'm going to get closer. Isn't that gorgeous? Huge old cargo ship. Is that a cargo? Yeah, it's a cargo. One. Something's itching me, y'all. These mosquitoes. I'm scratching my back. Boston accent. From Boston or something. The bugs always ruin it. Is that lion? Lion? Ouch. Look how the sunset disappears. sometimes during the day when the sun's in right, like the exact spot, like it's going down or it's coming up, well, if it's going down, the ships go by and the sun disappears. Life just kind of spirals, that's right. Oh, you're talking shit. What a hater. Oh, what a hater. I wonder if there's people up there looking out here. Hey, Lewis. How are you? I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. Yay. Isn't that pretty? I hope you don't have to work tonight. You gotta work tonight? Probably. It's Friday. I hope you get some time off soon. The bugs are eating me up. Damn mosquitoes. Yep, all your crap from China comes through here. Oh, well, don't work too hard. I'm definitely going to bed soon. After the day I've had. I wonder if that's bigger than the Titanic. Probably. Probably. You got any plans this weekend, Lewis, when you get some time off? Oh, well, Chip, it ain't much better down here. It ain't much better down here. It's getting overpopulated everywhere you go. I got stuff on my shoes, y'all. Sorry. Sorry. I was trying to get out this guy's way and I didn't know where he was going. I never do. Where's my bag? Okay. Yeah, it's so overpopulated everywhere you go now, you know. They just build these subdivisions down here with the houses tucked in right beside each other. You can literally reach out your front window and ask your neighbor for a cup of sugar. Hey, I was wondering, do you mind when I watch you take shit from my window, my front door? Like, it's crazy how close they build them. I don't know why people don't want to spread out more. I could never live somewhere like Manhattan or like California. I've been there. It sucked. I've never been to Manhattan, but I went to California and it sucked. No front yards, no room to spread out. Everybody right up on top of each other. Oh, there's a crab. Yeah, at least here in Florida, it is kind of spread out, especially if you get into the middle of the state. There's lots of land out there. It's all flat land. When I went over to Rainbow Springs, it was absolutely gorgeous. And it was very spread out there. Lots of, like, room to drive and stuff. North Carolina still has land that you can buy. If you don't live in, like, Greensboro, Raleigh, or Charlotte, you'll be fine. It's nice. Yeah, North Carolina is a much better off. I would recommend North Carolina. You probably get along better there than Florida if you're from that area. And like I said, half the damn state is northerners now since COVID. And they don't just move down like a single family, honey. No. Them northerners, man, they have like extended family that moved down with them. Like, they were buying these damn $1 million houses in our neighborhood, and they were filling them up with like 15 people at a damn time. You pull up, there'd be 8 cars in the driveway. So at least they actually put their homes to like use, because the house we lived in, it was just us two, and we wasted all that space. I think it's irresponsible to buy a house that big if you don't have a family that big. There's families out there that need that much space, and they can't find homes that have that much space because people buy these big old homes that they don't need, and it's kind of wasteful in my opinion. I don't have any plans. Me neither. Maybe try to sleep in the morning, and then when I wake up I'm gonna go shower because the gym closed already and I forgot to go tonight. Thank God I've been in the AC all day. If I'd actually worked out, I'd feel so bad about it, you know, but since I haven't worked out today, no biggie. I took my test And I tried to film some footage and it didn't work. It didn't work. Nothing ever works for me. Yeah, Florida's nice too, but there's a lot of problems I'm seeing in Florida. Number one, it always stinks. Everywhere you go, it stinks. I ain't never been somewhere where it stunk so bad. Also, their infrastructure sucks. There's a huge problem with drugs and alcohol that nobody addresses. Everybody just lives like it's not happening. It's crazy. I don't know. It's pros and cons with both states. I miss the privacy of North Carolina because you can always find somewhere to kind of hide. Florida, it's harder to do that because there's more people. I don't know. I miss the quietness of North Carolina and the cleanliness of North Carolina. Florida is loud and nasty. North Carolina is not, but it also has to, like, the states are ran differently. North Carolina is ran more like a Democratic state, and Florida is ran like a Republican state. So I guess it just depends on what you're looking for and what you're trying to pay, because Florida has a lot of problems with insurance, homeowners insurance, the price of living here. I will say that northern Jacksonville is cheaper than South Florida. A swamp witch. What if I just roll up in these homeless encampments over here? Yeah, I think they would probably kill me. Like the meth heads in the woods, y'all. Yeah, there's a shit ton of trash out on the road now. I wouldn't mind cleaning that this weekend. We might do that. If I can get in the right mental space and get out of this fucking funk. I was in a great mood when I woke up until I started talking about that content. When I started filming that video, it triggered me massively. Like, massively triggered me. I like my pig. You like my pig? You like my pig? I like my piggy. Wink, wink. I don't think so. I think people up north are more friendly. I do. Down south, you get to Miami, people are not fucking nice. They're assholes down there. That's been my experience. I've been all over South Florida. I know, ain't he cute, Tiggs? You want to hold him? You can hold on to him for a while. Just make sure I get him back. It's the small things. I'm really a child at heart. This was my daughter's favorite show too, so it reminded me of her when I saw it. Yeah, I think that, sorry, I got some guy walking by my car. I think the people up north are nicer. I do. You are a joy to watch. I don't know what to say, thanks. I'm a mess to watch. Shake and bake. Y'all, I'm about to run. I'm gonna go be a bum. I'm gonna take my eyebrows off. I'm gonna change clothes. I'm glad that I got this box of stuff so that I can drink these when I wake up and it'll help my mood. It's those meal replacement shakes. I bought an 18 pack for $18. So it's like liquid protein. Sorry, I had some guy walking by. It's like liquid protein. So maybe I'll drink one or two of those when I wake up in the morning and it'll help my mood a little bit and I can start off on a different foot. I did get to charge my computer today, so that's good. My computer works amazing. I really love it, and I think that I did a good job when it came to purchasing it, because I was going to buy it from a computer shop, but instead I bought it from a private business owner. He lived in this like $1 million house in this beautiful gated community, and as soon as I pulled up and he sent me the link, I was like, this is a much better option than buying from like Best Buy or a computer store, because he can also do maintenance on this if I need him to. I can call him and say, hey, I'm having a problem. Can I bring it by there? And he'll fix it for me. So I almost got like a warranty. Yeah, it'll cost me, and it'll cost me some money to, like, you know, fix it if something happens, but it's a much better option than Best Buy, because they're not going to damn help me if something goes wrong with it. I love Charleston. I love Charleston too. It's one of my favorite places. I like, you know what I really like that's a secret gem, Chad, is Adesto Island. Oh God, it's so beautiful, and it's such a tiny little island that you can really just enjoy yourself. Like Adesto State Park is beautiful. I love that whole area. South Carolina and Florida, they're two of my favorite places. Georgia, love Georgia. I used to live in Macon, which is not the best area, but still, it was a cool little area to live in for a little while. But anyways, I'm going to bed. I'm going to shut my mind down and try to start over tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to try to film that video again. I'm really upset that I couldn't post it. Maybe that's God telling me that I'm not ready yet. I don't know. And this tire monitoring system keeps coming on. I don't know what to do. It says that all of my tires are good, and when I look at them, it says that they're full of air. What else could it be? Could it be my back brakes or something? I guess I'll go to like one of the tire shops tomorrow and see if, oh, that one place we went to, that they were really nice and they can get you in immediately. I'll take it over there and see if they can figure out what's wrong. It's not the tire pressure, because I'm looking at the tire pressure and the tire pressure is perfect. One of the tire pressures is missing, so maybe that's why. Look, I'll just show you. One of them's missing. Cycling the air pressure. How do I do that? Go to Tire Kingdom. Yeah, I like that place. That's exactly where I was talking about, Austin. I went over there one time and those guys helped me so much. They were great. You know what I even respected about them, Austin? They didn't half-ass nothing. They fixed my tire, and then they even took the spare tire off the back and put it back underneath the tailgate where it was supposed to go. I've never had anybody do that. Usually they leave it on the back of my tailgate. I mean, when I look at it, I'll show you the tires. They look fine. There's nothing wrong with them. I've been riding around all day on them. I even checked it over to make sure there was nothing in it and the lug nuts wasn't loose or nothing. It's not that. It's, I don't know, maybe the sensors went out on it, because I've had this problem for a while. If y'all remember last year when I had all those flat tires, I freaking had to replace all the tires in like less than 2 weeks. And the tire sensor for the right and left tire is actually backwards. So that sensor, the side that's out, I know that it's on this side, but this sensor is for that side and that side's for this side. I don't know if they did some wiring wrong or something, but they're backwards. And I don't even know how that's possible, but I have this recorded because we had this problem last year. So that tire monitoring system sensor probably needs a new battery. Well, it's just gonna go to the list of problems because I ain't So that side is actually for the opposite side. I know it don't make sense. I don't even know how that's possible. Look, and it's like blinking, seriously. I don't know. Oh, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to reset. I'm just going to have to take it to one of the shops, like I said, and hope that they can figure it out for me, because I don't know. But I'm going to run, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really hate that I couldn't upload that today, but maybe that's God telling me to make it in different clips or something. Apparently, I'm going to have to film it in like 5 or 6 segments. I was trying to do like 3 videos, 3 that were like an hour long each. I wanted to do like the early years, my teenage years, and then my 20s. It looks like that's not going to be possible. It looks like I'm going to have to do like 30-minute videos, which is still long form content, but it just means that I'm going to have to go through more torture more often just filming it. You know what I mean? Because, like, every time I have to film a video, then I'm, like, reliving through the shit. So instead of being able to do it in 3 videos, I might have to make, like, 9 videos. And, you know, just put myself through more torture for no reason. I mean, there's a reason, but, like, you know what I mean. It's a lot. And I really did not realize how angry I was at my mother. Apparently, I am angry at my mama. So maybe that's why God wouldn't let it go up. Because I think that I came to this conclusion today is immediately when I started filming, the first thing I talked about was my mother and my relationship with my mother. And I guess it never dawned on me that I feel some type of way about the fact that I was ignored for most of my life. But it definitely bothers me. I guess we all have damn... That's all what makes us us, you know, the shit that we've been through. So, I know I'm not alone. I'm not the only child that was ignored by their family. But I love you guys, and I hope that y'all have a safe night. I do. I hope that you get to make the move, Chip. I hope you do. I hope that you guys make a safe move, and thank you again, Creston. And I hope y'all have a safe night. Pray for me, because God knows I need it, and I'm praying for you guys, and we will talk tomorrow. We'll try to have some fun tomorrow. I've been not a good mood. We'll try to be in a good mood tomorrow. We're going to start over afresh. We're going to start over afresh. Oh, yeah, that's probably what I need, because this is a 10-year-old truck almost, 2017. It's about that time. Sweet dreams, y'all. Bye, SS. Bye, Chip. Y'all have a great one. Thank you again, Kristen. And bye, Jeremy. Y'all have a safe night.